only one safety is allowed in the first round of the 2026 NFL draft. Maybe we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about some other stuff, a lot of other stuff tonight. So before we begin, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something for the merch store. It is our famous 801 AMC t-shirt. Man, those good old days, March 2021, Battle of 801, what could have been. But now I will say this is absolutely, positively, definitively financial advice. Do not buy AMC. You will lose money. So you can get that shirt as ever and everything else at the merch store. You can change the colors of these shirts. You can get long sleeve, hoodie, infant onesie, and women's tank tops. We have mugs. We have our famous apron. We have playing cards. We have mouse pad. We have baby bibs. We have blankets. We have other mugs and other baseball caps. So much here at the merch store, and a 15% off sale right now. You can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of all these great people, these wonderful people you can see on the cover. You can go type in A Safety and a Field Goal, which is my first book, which is a top 5 topic about the NFL. And I believe this is our penultimate show where it's Q1. So for the second to last time, I will say this is Q1. We are below the poverty level. So please consider super chats and super stickers, because that is the best way to support the show. And for this show, we are joined by Quacky T. Tom, how are you on this Friday evening?
Walter, here we are again. Hello to you and hello to everyone out there in the Walter football family. Holy cow, man. I was thinking about, I really don't follow college basketball, but at all. I didn't even make a bracket. That's how much I don't follow. But I'll kind of like take a look at the scores. I'll just see like if there were any upsets or anything like that. Who do you think were like, we'll say both your favorite or like the best college basketball players of all time, do you think?
The best college basketball players of all time? I don't know.
Yeah, or some of your favorites.
I always like those point guards that you see all the time, like Kemba Walker, for example. Just like like it. This guy never won a championship, but like I remember AC Law from Texas A&M. Like I thought he was great just in college. And I don't know. Steph Curry, obviously, and Davidson. He was so much fun to watch because that team. I remember following the team. Felt like before anyone else knew them, I remember betting on them like pretty aggressively because I knew they were really good. Wow. And then they made a lot of noise in the NCAA tournament. They got, I don't know how far they got, Elite Eight or whatever. I don't know if they got to Final Four, but they definitely got to the national attention in the Final Four, and obviously Steph Curry became this phenom in the NBA. So it felt like AMC, like I was in the bandwagon, and unfortunately I held on too long, unlike what happened with Steph Curry and Davidson. But yeah, that was definitely a fun ride. I don't know. What about you? I mean, you asked me this question, so you obviously have someone on the line.
Oh, so many. Yeah, now I remember when I was a kid, like my first year, like I can never remember watching college basketball was Tim Duncan's senior year at Wake Forest. And I just remember I was like in 5th grade. I just remember thinking he's going to be really good. He's going to be really good. And then, I mean, I think safe to say I nailed that one, huh?
Yeah.
10-year-old me nailed that one. But I really liked watching Tim Duncan play as a kid. And then Marcus Camby at UMass. Holy cow. Do you remember him? Marcus Camby at UMass was legit.
Yeah.
One of my favorite. Maybe I don't know. I think I'm biased. I'm letting one of my favorite players cloud my view of him for like maybe one of the best college players ever. But he was so awesome to watch.
Yeah, I remember those old Duke players. The Leitner years and the Grant Hill years.
Yeah, well, I put Leitner at number 1. Oh, sorry.
I was about to say my friend Matt, who I used to swim with in grade school, middle school. He loved Duke and basically college basketball. He loved Xavier the most. I don't know why. I think he eventually like went there, but it's so random. Like why like Xavier? Like it's next state over. But he also like loved Duke as well. That was like his main team, and like he loved college basketball more than anyone I knew growing up. Like He that was like his top sport, and he always would talk to me about it. And like he's the one who got me into it, because I like Philly's a pro sports town. Like, people care about the Eagles, Sixers, Phillies, and to a lesser extent Flyers. Like they don't care if a team is doing well here. Like if Villanova won the 2 championships, yeah, I mean, like people got into it, but not to the extent of like when the Phillies got to the World Series, or when the Eagles won the 2 Super Bowls. Like not even close. So but like in other places, like college is even bigger. Like Atlanta strikes me as one of those places. But he was so into college basketball, and he got me there. And yeah, he like, it's like Coach K, he's the best. Like he kept saying that as a 10-year-old kid. I'm like, who's Coach K? I didn't know this stuff. I just followed the Sixers. So yeah, Leitner, that was like the time Leitner was playing, and of course he went on to play on quote unquote play on the USA basketball team, kind of like undeserved, because Shaq or Alonzo Mourning should have been there, not Leitner, but still, he was. I mean, he was one of the most famous. He hit one of the most famous shots of all time. That like long pass, and he turns around.
Yeah, against Kentucky.
Basket. Yeah, so you gotta consider him to be at the top, like you said.
I think I'd put him at number 1 all time college player.
Okay,
and then I think I'd put Ralph Sampson at number 2, maybe.
I never watched him, so I can't speak to that.
You like the great Ralph Sampson, though, do you?
Well, I know Kelvin Sampson screwed up in the Sweet 16. Houston lost, but I never watched Ralph Sampson, so I can know what people said of him. I can look at the stats, but it's just so hard to say like, oh, he's number 2. I have nothing to go off of. For that.
I don't know. He was pretty dominant in his time. I mean,
but would he be as dominant now? That's the question I would always have.
Yeah, you know what I think is crazy? I saw a documentary about the North Carolina State basketball team with one of my personal heroes, Jim Valvano, coach. The year they won they won the championship. Have you seen that one?
No, but I remember Emmitt Smith trying to quote him, where he said, "Don't quit, don't ever quit."
The reason I got started to get a little more familiar with Sampson was because he was in that documentary, because they beat Virginia several times, and that's where Ralph Sampson played, and they were like a juggernaut. They were so hard to beat, but they got past him twice. But Ralph Sampson was saying in there, and I never understood this. Like I guess on some level, maybe people, like the players, think it's a noble thing or something. But Ralph Sampson was like, oh, like I always had the chance to like leave college early and go pro. But every year I thought it over, and every year I made the same decision, go back to school. It's like, why? I mean, I guess that was a different era back then, but it's like your body is a depreciating asset. You're a professional athlete. Like just go, like school always be there. It will always be there. Like just go pro now, and then go back to school later. Who cares?
I didn't realize I was speaking to someone who's so anti-education. My God, jeez Louise! Don't go to school, people.
No, actually, they're serious though. And then what if they got hurt, and they had the chance to make millions? It's like, or they could make like even if they played 1 year, make a couple million. If they got hurt, then like just go and finish school later. So I can't remember who, because John Calipari really, I don't want to say he pioneered that. Like the one, remember, then the rule was once they wouldn't allow the players to get drafted out of high school, you had to do 1 year. And Calipari was always like, no, you're going. Like, I won't let you back on the team after a year. Like, you can't come back here. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember who the player was, but he had like some liver or kidney problem. But he played 1 season, but he made like, like millions upon on millions of like guaranteed money in the 1 year. But I think he played only like 1 year, and then he got hurt because of that rare disorder he had. It kept him from playing ever again. Mm-hmm. But he was like, if I would have like stayed in college, and if I had not listened to Coach Cal, like I wouldn't. He's like, my family, I'm taking care of. Like my whole family's taking care of. It sucks I can't play, but if I had stayed in college like 1 more year, that would have happened in college. I never would have made it. He's like, now I can use that money like to go back to school or whatever. It's just like I just think it's I don't know. I always think about that man. I love that Manti Te'o documentary. He was on the panel on the Netflix Christmas Day
Oh yeah,
panel.
he
I
was. Yeah.
was happy for him. I love old man Teo, but they showed a clip in that documentary of him, on the like the decision: are they gonna leave school early and they're gonna declare for the draft, or are they gonna come back? And
Hmm.
there were, whatever this event was, there were a couple other players that looked like from other schools, who are also in the same boat.
Yeah.
And they handed them each, pass the microphone around. And Manti Te'o's like, I thought about it, and he's like, and I'm going to come back my senior year for Notre Dame. And I looked at all the other players sitting on the stage, big smiles. They're like, bro, you probably just gained me like another like $1 million at least, because I'm moving up a slot maybe,
That's true.
because you were going to be top. Like, and that's a shame. Why do you have to go back to school?
Back to school. Back to school. Prove to dad I'm not a
Yeah,
fool.
but look, and like, man, and I'm a big supporter of Manti because I feel bad for the guy. It's like if he just would have declared for the draft, maybe that whole thing wouldn't have happened, and at least he would have made, like, he would have been a top 10 pick, would have made some money. But I guess people think like, oh, like that's the right, the straight and narrow path or something. Like, remember when we were in school, it was kind of, I mean, I assume it was like this everywhere because but in that time, I graduated in 2004. It's like, oh, if you didn't go to college, like you were like, they didn't say it out loud, but it's like you were dumb.
You're a loser.
Yeah, and it's like it's so silly in hindsight.
I just watched, not just watched, this a couple years ago. I watched Boy Meets World, and Eric Matthews. There's a story arc about him trying to get into college, and like the beginning of, like, I don't want to say season 4 or something. Like he's home, he doesn't have a job, so he's always in his robe and stuff. And his parents are like, if you're not going to school, get a job. And so he and then he tries to go out on the date, and he speaks to this girl who hasn't also gone to college either. She graduated with him in high school, and she's like, yeah, how does it feel to be such a loser home? And he's like, yeah, and I can't believe we become such losers. I'm like, it's so different these days. Like now, I don't want to send my kids to school to college unless they want to be like a lawyer, or a doctor, like something, a profession where you actually have to go to college.
Right.
But like when people go to college for like liberal arts degrees or art stuff, or or even journalism. I went for journalism. You don't need to do that. Just go do journalism. Like you don't like take a couple of online courses on grammar and how to be a journalist and stuff like that. That's all you need. You can even like audit some classes at a local community college, and just do work. Just try to, like, if you want to be a journalist, for example, like do some journalism, take some courses, audit some courses, and that's it. Like that's really like all you need to do. You don't need to go into massive debt, go to the school, come out 4 years later having learned almost nothing, and just be like, in 20 years, I'm going to pay my college debts off in 20 years. Like it's ridiculous. And plus it's like they're basically indoctrination centers for like weird thinking, so it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's just so funny how much like it's changed in 20 years, like since I was in high school, and that was like the thing to do. Like, what were you doing if you didn't do that?
Yeah.
When in hindsight, I wish I had, I wish I had gone to, like, we had like a Votech program that like some of the students, like they would bus them off. It was like 15 or 20 minutes away. They'd bus them off over there for like part of the day, and they'd come back and they'd work on their trade. I think they went over there every day. But like I remember, like this sounds strange, like, and no one said this out loud, but it was almost like, oh, like the dumb kids did that.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of, and I take, I don't say, take any pleasure in saying that, but like that's kind of like the vibe that you got.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, and it's just, that's just like what it was like in that time. But in hindsight, it's like they certainly were not. They were the smart ones. I wish I had done that, but it's like, isn't that funny how like my surroundings like conditioned me to think that,
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't have any clue. And it's
Well,
like
everyone.
I wish I had learned a trade. Maybe you think it's too late. You know what? I maybe I could look into plumbing. I can quick fix a toilet, but that's only because I have so much experience clogging them. I guess I would go
Well,
into plumbing. I can fix toilets a little bit.
do you think all plumbers have clogged toilets often, and that's how they became good at that?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a non-zero number amount of plumbers that were inspired by their, by like having to figure out something like that on their own.
It has to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, they had to figure out on their own. So they're like, oh, why might as well if I fix my own toilet, might as well fix other people's toilets. Uh, I don't know. Maybe that's
Yeah.
that's like the gateway into it. Like you just clog your own toilet a lot. You have to go to the bathroom. Eat a lot of fiber, I guess.
Yeah. My my uncle taught himself plumbing, and he would
Oh,
like, yeah, this is like 15 years ago or so. And he would just put an ad in the newspaper, like, this is like 08, 09.
yeah. Hmm.
And people would call him. He did really good work, and he would do it for like a fraction of the price. Like, and
Yeah.
he would make like $500 in a day.
Yeah, it's
Like
great. You can make a lot of money being a plumber. It's crazy.
yeah, and like he would do like all sorts of like handyman stuff. I don't know, man. That sort of thing doesn't make any. It just doesn't compute to me. It's because I'm stupid, but I mean, not really, but
What do you
not
mean?
really. But I don't know. I have no mind for like building or something like that, or maybe I just think I don't, and that's why.
Yeah, I'm not good with like stuff in my hands. I've just never. It's I guess it's called like dexterity. I'm just like zero dexterity if I have like a profile like in a video game.
Yeah, well, that's not true. You were good at video games. Like I would say, like I have dexterity. Like I played clarinet and saxophone. I was very good.
Well,
Like
I
so. I
don't.
would say I
I don't
have
think
dexterity.
I wouldn't call that video game. I don't call dexterity video games. I think it's more.
To some extent, it is.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's more. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it, but yeah, like dexterity is like working with your hands. Like you're
Yeah,
just
but like,
tapping buttons is not like
yeah.
working with your hands.
Well, okay, but like if I'm playing the saxophone and I'm playing something very technical, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
he has great dexterity on there. It's like,
Oh,
what if you have
oh, oh,
like great
yeah,
like
for
great
sure. For
button
musical,
combinations? Yeah, I'm
sure, for
not saying
musical
like,
instruments, fine. Yeah.
yeah, it's not the first thing I think of when it comes to like dexterity, but I think it could qualify on some level.
I think musical instruments, yes, but video game playing, no, I don't think so.
Well, why not though? You're using your fingers. Like what? Oh, like you
Tapping button.
tough button combinations in that.
I mean, I was never good at Street Fighter, and that required good button combinations. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I'm just good at like Mario Kart and Legend of Zelda and stuff. I don't know.
yeah, but like you don't have zero dexterity, because if you had like if you had bad dexterity, you wouldn't be able to play those games as well as you could. I think. Because like I think,
I don't know.
like, would you say like dexterity and hand-eye coordination kind of go hand? I mean,
I think it's more hand-eye coordination than anything.
for
The
video
for
games.
video
I
games,
mean,
yeah,
I
absolutely,
guess that's true,
yeah,
but
yeah. Like that's definitely more.
I guess that's fine. I guess he can win this round.
Uh-huh. I
I
knew
mean,
it.
I want you to. I'm trying to you see, I'm trying to compliment you. I want you to tell you do have some dexterity. That's all. Just take the compliment.
Well, I'm trying to be self-deprecating here. You're not letting me.
Yeah, and I'm raining on your self-deprecating parade.
I know.
What the hell, man? What the hell?
I can't believe you're doing it. Pat says DraftKings dropped their draft positions today. Movement was insane. Sadiq, see, I wish I could follow this stuff. I can't see these odds unless I go to New Jersey or I use VPN. Sadiq over 15.5 went from plus 110 to minus 205. So someone said something. Right now, Ty Simpson went over 24.5, went from minus 130 to minus 180. That sounds about right. I think he'll go over 24.5. Maybe it went to 130 because of that ridiculous Dan Orlovsky stuff. But maybe we'll talk about that in a bit. Schefter thinks Love will go to the Commanders. Oh, who are the Commanders? And you can now get Love 4th overall or Love to the Titans at plus money. That is music to my ears. I've been waiting for that number to drop. So I may make a trip soon to our beloved
Trenton
Trenton
Thunder.
Thunder baseball stadium. Ryan J. Palmieri Field or Paul J. Something J. Palmieri Field. So That'll be a lot of fun. I could do it on Kalshi as well, but I'll have to see what the odds are. If it's close, I'll just do it on a Kalshi. If it's like slightly worse, I'll do it on Kalshi because like I figure like the gas money like would make up for it. But if there's a substantial difference, then I'll definitely go to our famous Trenton Thunder baseball stadium. Yeah, so I would trust Charlie over Adam Schefter. If we're talking free agency signings, that comes from agents, and that's who Schefter and Rappaport talk to. That's how they get all the free agency signing up so quick, is because the agents text them like, hey, player X signed for 4 years, 50 million, and then they tweet it out like that. They get it so quickly. But Schefter and Rappaport don't really have that many team sources. Like, they don't talk to GMs and scouts, like, because they don't want to talk to Schefter and Rappaport. Like they get nothing out of it. But Charlie has inside info. He's friends with these people, and he gets the inside info. So that's why Charlie's better with the draft reporting. And so if Charlie's convinced that Love is going to go top 5, which we just had a recent hot press on Love going top 5. You can see on the homepage. I like that. I'm gonna bet it now because, like I said, I was waiting for that line to move. So that's great. So Charlie himself said bet the Titans and then hedge with the Giants. We can look at those odds in a bit. Current line on DraftKings for over under safety 2.5 safeties is plus 175. Yeah, that is. Let's look. I have this here. That is. Let me enlarge it. That is what I have right here. So I want to make sure I get this right. Thank you to Tim Y on Facebook. He sent me this screenshot. So this is not, you may be like, hey, how'd you get this VPN? I thought you said you need a VPN. This is a screenshot that Tim Y sent to me on Facebook. So thank you, Tim. Okay, so real fast, let's look at the call sheet line because I'm curious about Jeremiah Love going to number 4 because it was like, I think it was like minus 130. I think I want to say Jeremiah Love's now 36%. That's great. So let's look at buying dollars. $100. It's plus 165 now. If you guys, there we go. Thanks, Tim.
Hey, Timmy.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for saying that, Tim. If you guys could help me out and tell me what the DraftKings / maybe FanDuel / Bet MGM lines are, I can, like I said, I can look it up later, but I need to access my VPN, which means I would get kicked off this live stream. So if you guys can help me out to see what the odds are, because I'm curious how that stacks up with Kalshi. Because like I said, if I would say if it's like plus, I would say like plus 190 or better, then I would make the trip to Trenton. But plus, if it's like plus 180, it's close enough. It's not worth the gas money. And it's like a 50-minute trip. It's like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. Let's say 22 minutes there, 22 minutes back, 6 minutes me in the parking lot making the bets. So let's see, FanDuel has odds for the picks 2 to 5 now. If you guys could share that with us, that'd be awesome. Like I said, I don't have access to it. It's better on BetMGM 2.5 safeties plus 180. Okay, that's cool. Plus 110 on DK. Love number 4 is plus 125 on FanDuel. So Kalshi has a better number at plus 165. That's good to know. Kalshi is super easy just to bet on. Everyone has access to it except for the people in Nevada. But they just made that law because the casinos were pissed that they were losing money. Apparently, the dying casinos that have terrible odds, and I love how like Las Vegas transformed into like the best place to bet into the worst place to bet, and Andy even agreed to it. I'm like Las Vegas has become the worst place to bet, and he's like, yeah. So which is crazy because Andy, I believe was he went out to Las Vegas around 1990 to become a professional bettor / handicapper. Wow. And now you do that anywhere. And so it's pretty wild that things have changed.
Man, I would never imagine, like, I have a couple buddies they're like 9 years younger than I am, who are, in the sports betting scene too. And like I told them stories about like back in 2007, we had some websites like when Bovada used to be called Bodog.
Yeah.
And I used a lot of Bodog. That was like the one.
Bookmaker was there too.
Yeah. And but I remember I like had a guy like he would call me on Sunday mornings, and I'd have like a pen and paper, and he'd be like, okay, you know, like Denver -3, Green Bay like -4.5, and like I'd write it down, I'd be like, okay, like I'll call you back in, and like I told my friends that are like 9 years younger than I am, and they're like, oh whoa, they're like, that's actually like pretty cool.
You should tell them how I used to do
Yeah.
fantasy football back in the day. Did I
Oh
ever
my,
tell you that?
yeah, you did it old school, man. That's crazy.
I'd have to call up my commissioner and tell him my lineup, and then this commissioner would like question my decisions.
Yeah, oh, that's crazy,
like
man.
like 1 week I wanted to start Jeff Hostetler over John Elway because Hostetler was like super hot, and John Elway he had a rough matchup. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to start Hostetler. He's like, really? Are you sure? Imagine like ESPN
Yeah.
questioning your decisions.
Yeah, seriously.
And then we wouldn't know
Man.
the result until Monday. Actually, Monday you would have an idea because there's Monday Night Football. Like
Mhm.
he'd bring in the Daily News, Philadelphia Daily News, and we look at the stats and we're like, okay, your player scored this. Do we tally it up on the calculator? And like you wouldn't know until then if you won. You might have an idea because you would know the matchups, but if it was close, you had no idea if you won. So it's pretty wild times.
That's crazy, man.
I know.
That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, because back then, like because I remember one time because I was delivering I worked at Papa John's there, and I was texting you because I think I bet the Pistons, and it was a playoff game,
Mhm.
and this is 07, I think. And I was texting you, like asking you to like if you're by our computer, like check the score for me. Isn't
I
that
remember
crazy?
that.
And you're like, I was like, tell me the Pistons won by like more than 4, and you're like, yeah, they did. Like, good job. I was just like, freaking A, man. Like that's so crazy. Like I had to rely like on somebody else, like who, like, hey, like I think I asked you a time, like, hey, if you're by a computer, like, who won this? You know?
Oh yeah, my dad used to call me all the time when he placed bets on football, and then he owned the grocery store back then, and he'd be out because it's open on Sunday, and so he'd call me a couple of times during Sunday. He'd be like, hey, what's the score of this? What's the score of that? What's the score of that?
Yeah.
It was like he didn't have a phone, he couldn't check. So it's a different world, and I actually had I had this sort of epiphany tonight. I mean, we talked about it before. It's not a new thing. Where I was looking at, I closed. I don't know if you can tell. I closed a bunch of tabs on my window here,
I do notice
and
that,
one of the tabs was the Nintendo Powers that we were looking up a few weeks ago.
yeah.
And I remember thinking like crap, man. There's no Nintendo Power anymore. Like things get worse. The McDonald's. We talked about McDonald's ad nauseum. Like there's no place. Like I felt like, man, things just are a lot worse these days. But then when we talk about this, just having instant access to like sports, like like I can just watch March Madness. Everyone, not me. Everyone can watch March Madness on their phone. Like super easily. You just type in stream March Madness and like click the link and you're watching. It's pretty crazy. We can't not just check the scores. We can watch the game live on our telephones. Like that's pretty wild. Where like 20 years ago, we like texting was new. Like, oh, you don't have to call anyone. You just text. It's pretty crazy,
dude. Like 17 years ago, I remember in 2009, I discovered if you texted whatever the numbers are for GOOGL, it's like Google without the E.
Mm-hmm.
So like whatever numbers that lines up with, if you texted that number just like a team name, like say like Miami Dolphins, it would text you back the current score of the game that we're playing. So like I used to check scores like that sometimes. Like it's just like I would just every 10 minutes like just send that text. It was free.
Mm-hmm.
And just wanted to see like that's how I kept track at one point, like mobily, because I didn't have internet on my phone yet in 2009.
Yeah. A friend of my cousin, a cousin of mine, and I were I don't know what we were doing, hanging out, and like we found a phone, like a cell phone on the street. This was like 2006 or 2007 or something. But it had like the capacity to have sports scores on there, and like we just found the sidewalk. Like we had no idea who it was or anything, and like we're like, dude, you could look up sports. You could see sports scores on your phone. This is so cool. We're like so amazed by it.
yeah, man.
Yeah, Andy's in the chat. I would not say Vegas is the worst place to bet. but it could be much better than it is. No reason Vegas can't have all the offerings of DraftKings and FanDuel could offer much better odds. Yeah, I was being a little hyperbolic because, there are some states where you just can't even bet. So those are the worst places to bet. But Vegas is definitely a lot worse. Like I'm here in PA, outside of betting the draft, not being able to bet the draft, like PA is much better than Las Vegas, in my opinion. Yeah, you get different options in Las Vegas, but you have a lot of options here. You have FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGMs. You have all the offshore books, which you also have in Vegas. But you also have Call Sheet now. You don't have that in Las Vegas anymore because they just a week, I think on Monday, they said you can't do that anymore. I don't know if that's like current, or if it's like as for a specific date when it goes into effect. But like you won't be able to bet on Call Sheet. And so, and then we have the live betting that Evan and I do. We have all the ladders that we do. Like those things are awesome. You can't do those in Las Vegas. And yeah, it's just gotten so much worse. Whereas, when Andy first got out there, it's the only one of the few places where you could do it. And it's just so different now. So that's an example of something getting a lot worse too.
I wish we would still just call the guy on Sunday morning.
Call the guy.
Call up your connection.
Well, I was the guy for a couple of people. What I would do is
I was too.
I booked for a couple people, and it was funny. Like if like a guy would submit a pick that like I was like, oh, this is a good one. I would bet it myself, so I wouldn't be at risk. But if he put in like the super square side, I was like, this is gonna lose. I wouldn't even bet it. I would just take his action.
Yeah, it's so funny to be on the other side of it like that,
Yeah.
Like, because I did that for, I me and another guy, we kind of went partners and had a few clients, if you will. But like, it's you see things that are just as crazy, on that side of it. You also learn it becomes a lot more business than you anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
To like keeping track of spreadsheets and stuff, and like you got to look at timestamps of when it got texted in, and like it's a lot of looking at your phone, man. And it's fun. It was cool. Like I did it for like a little over almost 3 years.
How many clients did you have approximately?
Maybe like 4 or 5.
Okay. I said, I had 2, so like I didn't really need to do all that, and it's not like they were high volume bettors. They'd have like 1 or 2 bets a day, so it wasn't that big a deal. Yeah,
I had some that were high volume, so it did get to be a lot to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I was like, man, this is like really inconvenient.
yeah. The one guy who I was like, yeah, he's picking square sides. He did a lot of baseball too, and he just got, it was a bloodbath for him. He went down like $500, and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I had one guy who didn't pay.
Really?
Yeah, but he only lost like $100. But it was just like, and like a pretty good buddy of mine, like kind of put me in contact with him, and he's like, yeah, like he's good for it. And like I'm not mad at my buddy or anything, but it's like I didn't even call him in. Like I just kind of just took, because like I just took these myself instead of because he was going to be a small timer. But I think he lost like 105.
Yeah.
And then he kept saying, he's like, oh, like something's wrong with my account, or like, oh, I'm going to go to the bank today, and like I think I'm going to get it squared away finally, and like he never, so.
Yeah, I have a rule where this is, I didn't always follow this, but yeah, I don't lend out money to anyone unless it's like $20, sure, but like any substantial money, I don't lend out because there's this one guy I trusted him. I considered him like not like a really good friend, but like semi friend / acquaintance, and he had a high ranking position at the local gym, and he ran the sports league, like the under 8 or over 18 basketball league and stuff like that and whatnot. And like he came to me, he told me, he said that like they couldn't order jerseys because like there was a delay in shipment or something, or like they didn't have the money to order the jerseys. So he's like, hey, if you pay me, I'll give you I'll give you this back plus like a little bit of interest in like a few months. Like we just don't have the money right now because like he told me the story, but like something like got caught up and like they just didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that sounds legit. And like, yeah, they needed substantial money because they had to order the jerseys and everything. And yeah, he never paid me. He paid me. He was like, I'll pay you a certain amount each week, and he did for a while, and then he just stopped showing up and he stopped taking my calls. And so
Oh, wow.
I don't know what to do. I even texted him. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. And I talked to a friend of his, and he's like, yeah, he probably gambled it away. Like he told you just this BS story, and he probably took it to Parks Casino, and he just lost all your money. And like what do I do? It was it's like $12,000. It's
oh
a
my
lot.
God.
It's a lot of money, yeah. And like back then it wasn't as substantial. Now with 2 kids and stuff, like, you know, it's I don't like there's nothing I could do, I don't think. I don't know.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's why I'm like, I never lent anyone money. Yeah, my old bank manager, like she came to me. She called me. She's like, hey, I really need money. And she asked for like $3,000. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And I consider her a friend. Like we'd always talk all the time. I'm like, I just can't do it. I told her, I was like, someone lent money. I'd lend some money to someone. They never paid me back. And I feel like cause she's retired. I feel like she would also gamble the money away. I feel like I just got that vibe. I'm like, no, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. And I haven't spoken to her since. So yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's not cool of them to like, just because like you're not obligated to like give them that just because they asked, and then they're not going to talk to you ever again. You know, I don't know how close you are with the person. Yeah, I'm pretty strict with that too. You know, even my closest friends, like max amount, I'd loan you $500. I'd loan you 500, Walt. But that's and you should be honored by that. You should be honored.
Ah, I got nice credit.
Yeah, that you're like that's like tier 1.
Nice.
But
yeah, I think 500 is probably I said 20 before. I think 500 is probably
most, but like that would be a special circumstance.
Yeah,
you know, like I've loaned a couple of my buddies like a couple hundred, you know, guys I know who are good for it, but like I don't know, man. It's just people too often conveniently forget. You know what? One time though, I will say recently I was pleasantly surprised. I don't even know why I did this because I already had like this no loan policy. This girl that I worked with in Nevada and in Vegas, I don't know. She was on the level. Like you ever just like meet somebody and it's just like, I don't know, like your people. Like she was cool.
Yeah.
And she like reached out to me like on Facebook and she was saying that, you know, she asked for some money. That's what she said, for some money. So I was like, you know, I'm probably never going to, I sent her $75, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know why I did. I was like, I'm probably not going to see this again. But she was like, yeah, I'll pay you back in like 2 weeks. She paid me back in about 5 days. I was like, oh, wow. I was pleasantly surprised. So there are people that, you know.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, I don't do that sort of thing either. You know, like I don't want to, like, I wouldn't loan out. Have you seen The Tinder Swindler or any of those shows, those documentaries? Well, so like the Tinder Swindler, it's just like this guy, he kind of poses as a rich guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like scamming these women out of money.
Yes.
And like, hey, I don't mean to, I by no means I'm trying to victim blame, but it's like some of these women gave him like $200,000. Walter, I wouldn't give you more than 500. First off, I ain't got 200,000 to give anybody.
Right.
But it's like,
where do they get this 200,000 from?
Yeah, like I guess she had like lines of credit, or I don't know, like
OnlyFans, right? That's the way.
No, I mean that wasn't mentioned in the documentary if that was the case, but no, like I don't know, like because she said she took like lines of credit out like on her, I can't remember, but just like somebody you met on Tinder, like I think they had like met several times, and especially because this guy is saying like oh, like I am like a rich guy, like I own these companies and all this, but he's saying he needs $30,000, he needs $20,000 after he hasn't paid the first 30,000 back or what. I'm just pulling the amounts out of thin air
Mhm.
here, but I don't mean to be like rude or like try to victim blame, but I don't know, like I just wouldn't. $20,000, like I just could never dream about like. I mean, if somebody asked me for that, I'd respectfully laugh at them.
Hey, Tom, got $30,000.
You 30,000. Yeah.
You're respectfully laughing, so I appreciate
No, but I mean, it's like, what kind of situation is this?
yeah.
So
And he says he threatened to sue him and go to his bosses and let them know about the source of funds of the jerseys. Well, the problem is he doesn't work there anymore. He got fired, so he doesn't. I don't think he has a job. Even he's an older guy now. I think I would assume he's in his mid to late 60s. I really don't know if he's still employed. I know he worked. He was the manager at a pizzeria as well, and he doesn't work there either. And he has no money. I'm like, hey, can you at least pay me a little bit? He's like, I have no money and I need hip surgery. I'm like, ugh. Like, there's nothing I could do.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
jeez.
Yeah.
I just I don't do, just like out of a matter of principle too. Like I had a couple people, like one guy years ago, I loaned him on two different occasions, like a total of, it might have only been like $80 total. But it's just like he never like made any effort to be like, yo, like I'm still like I haven't forgotten about you, or
Mm.
I don't know, man. I would just feel guilty. Just like
Yeah.
do that, like I don't know, like put like one of my buddies out there and just like kind of forget about it.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So
Yeah, I used to lend video games to my friend Josh, my best friend Josh. He was the best man at my wedding, and he wouldn't give them back only because like his mom would like famously just throw stuff away of his. And he claims that he had a Black Lotus. A Black Lotus, for those of you who don't know, in Magic the Gathering is the most famous card ever. And
oh wow,
how much do you think this goes for? Let's see. How much do you think?
$250.
$250. You insane?
I don't know even know what it is.
Black Lotus,
$100,000.
$100,000. Yeah. This alpha sold for $3 million. This card right here.
$3 million? What?
Yeah, this card's banned in every format except for a format called Vintage, but you can only play one of them. Usually in a deck you can play four of. This is such a good card. You can play one of these in it. So you sacrifice. It doesn't even stay on the field. Sacrifice it at 3 mana of any color. That is worth up to $3 million for a pristine version of it. It says a damaged version costs $10,000. So the point is my friend says he had one of those, and I mean we played back then, like we were some of the first people to play Magic, so I would believe him. But his mom just threw everything away. Like, I'd be like, hey, can I get my copy of Shadows of Destiny back? Like, it's a game for the PS2. He's like, oh, my mom threw it away, I think. They should just throw everything away. His Magic cards, video games. I don't know why. She just needed room for some reason. I don't know. I was like, it really pissed me off. And,
do you think he just was a klepto and like he just actually stole them and just told you that, made that story up?
No, because he was my next door neighbor. I was always at his house. Like there was no way he could have, like, I don't know where he would have hit it, because I was always over there. Like I would have seen enough of my stuff disappeared like that. I would have seen something. I never saw anything ever.
Yeah. Well, what if he knew he hid the game like under his like underwear drawer?
Right.
Like when you're not in the house and like whenever you would leave, only then would he play it. And like that was just his life, making sure that you and the game were never in the same place ever again.
That's yeah, like these old games that are now worthless.
Yeah,
like, it'd be funny if like we're like 80, like he's 20 days older. No, I'm 20 days older than he is. It'd be funny if like we're like 80 years old. He shows up. Hey, Walt, I have all your old games.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's gonna mail it to you in like 20 years. Hey, awesome. Slew, thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, Slew, thank you for the 555 super chat. Getting over the poverty line. Let's go. Since 2-3 is that February 3rd. I have bet the highest NBA over whenever I get a boost to plus 100 or better. Sometimes in one day I played the top 3 overs. Currently 47 and 26. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's incredible. So you bet the highest NBA over when you get boosted. Okay, interesting. I wonder why that's worked so well, and I wonder if that's going to continue to work so well.
Boost them up, boys.
Yeah.
Keep on boosting.
Yeah, it just dawned on me today that and this is something I complain about. So if you like an NBA player prop, and like for example, if you like Nikola Jokic over points, for example, and his listed point total is like 29.5, you can bet like 35 plus points. You obviously get better vig and stuff. You can bet 40 plus. I think you can go all the way to 50 plus, and you get like the vig rises as you go up, obviously. What always pissed me off is like if you like an under, like you can't bet like under. So for example, tonight I like Josh Giddey under points, under 15.5 points. And like on FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, etc. There's no like ladder under. There's no under 12.5 plus whatever. There's no under 10.5 plus whatever. And it just dawned on me today that I think Kalshi can or actually does have this today. So that actually got me excited because I've been betting not so much recently because I kind of forgot about it. Okay, FanDuel has some alt unders. I haven't seen them. But you know, I like not recently, like I said, because I forgot about it, but like Oklahoma City has the best defense in the NBA when it comes to defending point guards. And like no one scores against them. Like it's so rare that any point guard does well, unless like they have injuries and stuff. But yeah, Josh Giddey, he had under 15.5 today. Do you know how many points he had?
7.
He had 5.
Oh,
5. So you imagine if he had like under 7.5 plus 800, 1,000. I don't know what it would have been. That would have been insane. And he like ladder the under for that. That'd be. I think that's. I don't know if Kalshi has it for sure, but I think they might.
You feel giddy afterwards.
I feel very, yeah. And we hit, by the way, Stone Papa Store, thanks for this mention. Yeah, great call on the Drake Baldwin homer tonight. Yeah, we had plus 790 to hit a home run. He hit a home run. That was very cool.
Holy smokes. He went yard.
He did.
I love when people say he just went yard.
Yard. Yeah. I don't think I've ever said that in my life, but I've heard it before. I don't think I'm cool enough to pull it off.
I think that's a funny one to say.
Like, why isn't it just he hit a home run?
Yeah, he went yard his last at bat.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, you know, I went yard a few times in my heyday of baseball.
I went yard twice in my baseball career, both on the same day. I hit 2 home runs in one game. And I never hit a home run before or never hit a home run after.
Really?
Never. No, it was. I don't understand. I can't explain it.
Interesting.
It was a magical day. Both homers to left field. I was like in my mind, I'm like, am I a home run hitter now? And like, no, never again. And
wow.
Never hit a home run ever again. I was always like,
wow, that's funny, man.
Yeah, I was always like, get a single, like try to do some stuff on the bases because I used to be a little fast before I got fat. So I used to be able to do that. But like, yeah, I was like, and people were shocked. They're like, Walt, you're a slugger now. I'm like, yeah, this is so cool.
Slugger. You got the silver slugger.
Yeah. And like, what happened? I was like, so weird. Like the same game, 2 home runs. It was my first at bat and it was my last at bat. It was like the perfect bookend. And then nothing else. Never again.
You know, I've got a baseball story for you.
Okay.
When I played in my youth, I think I was in about 8th grade. So like the neighboring town, like this is just a rec league, and the neighboring town. Let me tell you what, I terrorized that neighboring town too, like so badly. This year, not as much, but I actually had hit a home run in this game I'm going to tell you about. We must have been winning something to the tune of 11-2, like it was that bad, or like 9-1. We were crushing them. And I keep in mind, this is like the year 2000, man. Like we don't have stadium lights and stuff. Once the sun goes down, the game, game over if the game hasn't ended yet. So, we're cruising right along, and all of a sudden this, the other team, they start coming back.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, it's like 11-4, 11-5. They just will not stop hitting, man. So like we finally get out of the inning. It's like 11-8 or like 11-7 maybe. Then we come up, we don't do anything, and it's starting to get dark.
Yeah.
It's really starting to get dark, and then they come back up, and they're just hitting everything, and they're like they ended up it ended up being that we were only up by one, and they had the bases loaded with one out.
Mhm.
And at this point, Walter, I could barely see. It was so dark. So down by one, they've got the bases loaded, one out, and the umpire goes, "I'm sorry, the game's over." And
That's it.
he was, and here's the thing, like it was the right call. The parents freaked out, man. The parents had a cow, like the one parent, like dad, like chest bumped him. But I'll tell you what, I got to stand with the ump on this because he let it go longer than he should have anyway. Because
Yeah.
it's like, how can he wanted to kind of give him, like, he saw the momentum and he wanted to give him a chance, but it was just dangerous. We couldn't see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Someone get hit blasted with the ball. Yeah. You can't do that.
yeah, and then but it's just like you knew they were going to come back and win. How could they not?
Yeah.
They had all the momentum, and then I just remember, the umpire started arguing, or like the parents started arguing with the umpire, and one of the dads chest bumped him, and I didn't realize like the severity of what was like transpiring here in front of my eyes. I just remember my mom came by and grabbed me. She's like, "Let's go! Like, let's get out of here." I was like, "What's going on?" Like, I was like, "What about meeting with the team after the game?" She's like, "I don't care." She's like, "There might be a fight there, and we're getting out of there."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, okay," but all was fine.
Yeah.
But they
That's
won.
yeah.
Yeah,
Smarter than your mom.
yeah, no, it was. 'Cause I was so confused. I was like, "Wait, why didn't you let me meet with the team?" She's like,
No.
"Didn't you see what was happening?" I was like, "Well, kind of."
How can Walter football hit a home run when he can't even hit a golf ball? Well, that was much earlier in life when I didn't have a bad back. My first got a bad back when I was 27. I was playing basketball, something clicked on my back. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, "This is weird." And then I sat down, BS with my friends for like a half hour. I tried to get up and I could not get up. Like people had to help me get
Ooh,
up. So that was this. My home runs occurred in sixth grade. I want to say maybe seventh grade. So I was 11 or 12. So that is when I was sprier with my back. I couldn't. I don't think I could do that now. I certainly couldn't walk around the bases with my sprained ankle and my bad back. It's just they've fallen apart here. I've had this sprained ankle, by the way, for 4.5 months already. Like, when's this going to get healthier? And I still haven't gotten
oh,
an X-ray, by the
jeez.
way. Um,
Why not?
they wouldn't let me. I told you. I showed up to get an X-ray. They're like, "Oh, you can't get one because you don't have a referral." I'm like, "But my
Oh, that's
doctor gave me a
right.
yeah. My doctor gave me a prescription." And they're like, "Well, you need a referral." I'm like, "Can you call them?" She said, "Yeah." So she called the doctor's office, and they're like, "Well, he's not a patient of ours." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I just saw I saw the doctor the other day, and they're like, "Well, you're not. He's not a primary. That's not. We're not his primary care physician." And I'm like, I've been seeing this doctor for 20 years. Yes, he is. They're like, no, it's not. And so,
Oh my god,
yeah, so
man.
I had to go home. I had to call my insurance. I had to make them my primary care physician. And then the next day I called for a referral. And then they're like, you need a number for I forget what it was, like a P something number. They're like, you need a number. I'm like, can you get it yourself? He's like, no, you have to call them. And so I had to call the X-ray place and like get a number and then call back to my doctors. I had to leave a message because they didn't answer. And then I called back. I'm like, hey, did you guys get this? Do I have a referral? And they never called me back. And then I called again 2 weeks later, and then they finally called me back, and they said, well, you have to wait a couple of days. And so this is where I am right now. So on Monday, I'm finally going to get an X-ray on my ankle after
Can't you
four and
just
a half months of trying to get this.
sounds like a nightmare, man.
I know
Oh,
it's a disaster. And meanwhile, I'm paying $900 a month for health insurance for me and my wife, and then 300 extra for my kids. Like 1,200 a month for insurance, just gone.
yeah, it
And for what? And
doesn't
for what?
does
Because I can't get an
nothing.
extra. I can't get an X-ray. Like, what is
Yeah, it
going
does
on?
nothing. It does nothing.
It's BS. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Um,
the health insurance system is so well. Don't let's talk about happier topics.
yeah, that's another thing that's gone worse. Like it was
Yeah.
I remember like when we were 20-ish, like when we were adults for the first time, like it wasn't great, but it was definitely better than it was now. Like you
Oh
need a
yeah.
referral for everything. Like I remember like going to a dermatologist, just going to one and like paying the copay and not having to worry about referral. Now you do a referral for everything. And like sometimes you can't see a doctor because they're out of your coverage. It's like it's
Yeah.
so dumb. Like, why is this so dumb? Like, it was so much better before. Just let's go to the thing that was before. Speaking of happier times, since Walter Football had the kids out for Easter egg hunting drills, my wife has done that. For some reason, we haven't done that, and I think it's because my son associates me now with video games because like I'm working down here and the TV here. You may notice like the lights flickering here. I have the March Madness game on. I have my video game system set up down here. I mean, you've been to my house,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so I have my Switch here and my PS5 here, and so my son is like, "Daddy, can I play video games?" And like sometimes I'm like, "No, like we need to go to the grocery store, or we need to like do whatever, or it's nice outside. Let's go to the park, or let's go to the playground." But if it's like a crappy day or if I have like a lot of work to do, I'm like, "Fine, let me put this on." So so my son is like has gotten to be like an avid video game player now, where like he's playing like Mario and Legend of Zelda and Donkey Kong Country. Like he's
Oh,
playing
yeah.
he's playing all these games, and he's pretty good. He's so far
Nice.
he's beaten 2 levels in Donkey Kong Country. He's beaten he does a lot in Legend of Zelda, but he gives the controller to me for the bosses. So he's like,
Oh, okay.
I think he's like a little scared of the bosses, and he was playing Breath of the Wild, and I think he refuses to keep playing because I think he's scared of those robot spiders that crawl around. Like he's like, "Daddy, I'm scared of the robot spiders." So yeah.
Has he made it to the aquatic ambience level yet?
No, he's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Sorry,
Oh, okay, okay.
I should have told him. But in the first level, you do get that music. If like once you go underwater, you actually get that music in the game, which is really cool. I love how they did that. So
Yeah, it's some of the best video game music of all time. That's
yeah. Oh,
argued
no
like
doubt, no doubt. And then there's so many. That's why I always say David Weiss should be the Super Bowl halftime musician. Like, do we really need Big Bunny or whatever his name is? Like,
no more halftime shows, man. For those who don't, I don't like any halftime show of any kind. I think every halftime show is dumb.
yes.
And I realize I'm in the minority. People always say like, what do you think of this halftime show? The same thing I think of every halftime show. I just don't understand it. And look, I'm not trying to say this snidely. Like, oh, like if you enjoy it, that's great. Like,
Yeah.
but I for some reason I don't know. There's something wrong with me. I don't personally get it. So I will never have any opinion. Well, I mean, I guess I do have one opinion. Like, I just don't think they should be. I just don't. I'll never watch one.
Even it's like your favorite musician song.
No,
Like,
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to do that right now. I want to
what
watch
if they
football.
asked you to perform the halftime show?
What would I do? Sing?
Well, you used to be in the band. What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can show off my dexterity.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy's high dexterity, much better than the Walter football guy.
Well, no, and it's fun. Like, I'm not like making fun of anyone who enjoys the halftime show because I know that's most people, but it's just it never like made sense to me. It never made sense to me.
Most people used to think that going to college was the right thing. So maybe if most people like it, maybe it's not a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We recently talking about the New Year's Eve at Times Square bit.
Well, yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah. Oh
Like
my
people have to wear
gosh.
diapers and stuff. I can't think of anything worse to do. Like,
Why
like
would, why
I'd
would anyone
rather
want to do that?
I'd rather spend New Year's Eve in a dentist chair than go
Yeah.
to Times Square. I'm not even joking. I'm
Yeah.
not like
Hey,
at least I can talk to my dentist about stocks. Like that's more fun than being in the cold and wearing a diaper.
yeah, and it's freezing. It's
Yeah.
freezing out there. It's December in New York. Like
Oh yeah.
it's probably like biting cold.
20 degrees at least around
Ugh.
there. At
And
night,
you're gonna sit out there for like 24 straight hours in that.
that's awful. Like
I
that's
just don't understand. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm no fun. Maybe. But if you enjoy that, that's cool. Seriously,
You're
no,
a
but seriously,
loser
no,
who
no,
likes
but
this stuff.
seriously, if you enjoy that sort of thing, that's fine. I'm not making fun of you. Like, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody or anything like that. I just can't imagine that being fun. Like, just so you can say you stood there and watch that little ball drop. Like, I also don't want to be around a sea of 18,000 people.
Yeah.
It's just too much. All day in the cold, and how do you not know? Like, you might get, who knows who's in the crowd? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to have to be like stuck around those people for some time, and you can't leave, go to the bathroom. That's why you're wearing the diaper. So it's like, if you get, I don't know, like, what if you happen to get near people who are weird or something, that you don't want to be like, now you're stuck there. So you can see the ball drop and say Happy New Year.
Just
Isn't
go
the
to.
timing of it is as trivial as anything else anyway, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're gonna go somewhere for New Year's, just go to some tropical island instead. Like you'll have a better time. You won't be cold.
Yeah.
You won't have to wear a diaper. It seems
I know.
like a
I
lot
know,
smarter.
right? I know.
You could just watch the ball drop, like most other people, and you don't have to be there. Like it's much
Mhm.
better.
Remember when what was the Mayan calendar? They predicted the world was going to end, and what was it,
Yeah,
2012?
2012. I told you it was my one of my friends. I had a crush on her in college. She actually got married on that day.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mm.
I remember. Because I think they had it nailed down to an exact time.
Yeah.
And I think I had the day off, and I knew intentionally it was. I think it was. I want to say late morning or early afternoon. So I laid down for a nap during the time that I knew the world was supposed to end, or supposedly was going to end. And I just thought to myself, well, either I'll wake up or I won't.
Right.
Here I am. So it didn't happen.
How do you know? Maybe we're in a simulation now.
Oh, right. Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe Y2K really did happen and we didn't even realize it. The takeover was so fast. It was so fast.
I think I told you this before. When like it dawned on me how dumb Y2K was. Is like we
hating on Y2K.
I was in a computer science class that year, my senior year, and like we were tasked with fixing a Y2K bug error in the software, and it was
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You helped fix Y2K. Nice, bro.
It was so easy that I was like, this is not going to be anything. It's like, it took like 2 days, like 50-minute class time. So like 2 hours. It was not a big deal.
I'm honored to know you. I didn't know that you helped solve Y2K, man.
There's no solving it. It was just like changing some code. It was just so easy.
Well, you know what's interesting is I mean, I was in about 8th grade when it happened. I was 13. Sorry, I'm drinking. I'm the only person I know that likes unsweet iced tea.
Yeah, I think you're a maniac.
It has such a nice bitter flavor.
Ugh.
But at no point was I ever concerned. I was only 13, but
yeah,
I didn't think any of that was going to happen. I was never worried, which is pretty much sums me up today. I guess I was I don't ever get wound up about like these more serious matters, I guess. I don't know.
What's more serious than Y2K?
Well, like no, I guess things that what I mean is things that most people would be like get anxious or like panic about.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the majority of people like will get concerned about something. Typically, I'm like, no, I'm cool. Like I'm not worried about it. I was never worried about Y2K. Remember they said like planes are going to fall out of the sky and
yeah, it's so dumb.
All this
it never made any sense once it was explained to us and like I was like, how do you fix it? I was like, nothing's gonna happen. There might be like a glitch or something somewhere, but it's not like nothing is going to be impacted too much, like or at all. And I don't think at all. Like if a bunch of high schoolers could fix the problem, then like regular people could fix it too. It's not impressive what we did.
Well, I thought it was. Well, just take the damn compliment, man. I'm just I'm trying to make you a hero here.
Like I said, I'm trying to be self-deprecating, please.
Well, I thought that what was that guy's name, like Vander Roost or whatever, the guy that kind of brought it to everyone's attention. I thought it was a matter of not that they couldn't fix it, but would they have enough time? Because it was going to take a long time to do. Am I remembering that correctly? I can't remember.
I don't know about that. It didn't, like I said, it took us 2 days of 50-minute class time. So it didn't take too much time. And we're going to have the same problem in 99 when we go to the year 10,000. But that's a while from now. So
Oh shoot, what are we gonna do then, huh?
10, well, why 10K? Yeah. Uh, we'll
Yeah,
see.
don't.
We'll see.
No, people might say, "Oh, well, there might be medical advancements, and you can be alive." Then I don't want to be alive then. In the year
Why?
99.
I want to see
No,
this stuff. I want to see I want to see Europe crash into Africa, form the Mediterranean mountains. So I think it'd be cool.
no, I don't. You ever see like those memes or those articles? I guess more memes where you see an old person, like a very old person, in a jogger's get up, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh, this 100-year-old woman just ran a marathon. What's your excuse? It's like, let me tell you something. Don't be over there trying to guilt me about some bull that I don't give a crap about. Like, what? Oh, like, oh, good for her. That's that. I mean, if that's really happening, if you're running a marathon at 100, that's incredibly impressive. Don't try to try to make me feel bad because I don't give a crap. I mean,
You tell
I
her.
mean, yeah, it's like also like 100 years old. Like, oh, like if you just do X, Y, and Z, like you could be 100. Do you really want to live to like 100? Would you want to live to like 110?
Of course. I want
No
to live to a
way,
million.
man. No
Yeah.
way.
Why?
Be like a burden to everybody. What if it's like you're slow and it's like
No,
hard to
but
get
if
around?
there's advanced medical technology, then like you have a better chance of not being a burden, like being normalized.
Yeah, but by the time people our age would be 110, like life's gonna look a whole lot different.
Yeah,
Like how
but
we're gonna exist differently. Like you might be able to like still be alive. Like maybe I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to live to the point. Like and then like if you're 110 or even 100, like probably most of your friends are dead.
Well, not if everyone's living that long.
Yeah, but
Um,
okay. Well, we'll say like 100-year-old person like now.
oh yeah, now's different. Sure,
And then like, do you have much family that you keep in touch with? I get,
it
maybe,
depends. It depends. I mean, look, if you have grandkids and maybe even great grandkids, then
yeah,
then yeah, I mean, sure, and like yeah, it's. I always think about this. Like, I remember like being a kid and like going to my uncle's house. Like my uncle had this big house in Newtown, and he would always host parties there. And like my parents would drive us, me and my sister there, and like we play with our cousins and stuff. But there would always be like these old people at the table, and like I think about back then, I'm like, man, most of those people are gone now. Like, is a bunch of old
yeah,
people
yeah.
there. My uncle passed away. He had lung
Hmm.
cancer. His wife's still alive. And obviously, my parents are still alive. But like most of those people are gone, and it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
wild that. But like now it's like us and our parents and our kids too. Like we've like at my like I was at my mom's house tonight just because we always take our kids there Friday, and I stay there to do work. And like they have 5 grandkids, including my 2 kids. So like it's so different. Whereas if you like a couple decades ago, my grandparents are there, and these people didn't exist yet. So it's like it's a cycle. And so
yeah.
yeah, if you're 100, yeah, all your old friends, most of your old friends probably gone, but you have kids and grandkids and great grandkids to worry about too. So like it's a cycle.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna be alive at 100, that sounds like something that would happen to me. I'll probably live to 100, and I don't want to. Just
Like
take me at I don't know, like 78 or something. That's fine.
I was about to spoil Game of Thrones for you. I was like, it's like so and so not wanting to be on on the throne, but he almost was. So I almost said I almost
Okay.
spoiled it for you. Not that you're an avid Game of Thrones fan because I don't think you've watched it in 50 years.
Well,
You're good.
no, I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. What were we?
If you're 100, blah blah blah. If you're
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to be walking around all slow and like every, you know, day to day things are a chore or like someone's got to help me, you know. And I understand that's just, like you said, it's just part of it's like the cycle of life. But
mhm.
I'd rather just take me before then.
Jeez. Well, I mean, like I said, that's more than a half a century for now. It could be a lot different. Like think about how different we weren't even alive half a century ago, and just think about how things are different now. Like things are and they're increasing like exponentially. Like it's pretty crazy. So just just imagine how things would be different in the year 2076.
Just promise me you won't go into any virtual worlds. Like, don't
Like,
put yourself in. I'm afraid they're going to one day like put. Okay, we're gonna go in like a pod,
mhm.
like a sleep pod, and like you just kind of exist like you're almost like in a sleep coma, but like you live in a virtual version of yourself, and you can like be whatever you want. And then, but like, guess what? Then like Zuckerberg or something is behind it. He has an evil plan, and now like anyone who's in there,
Yeah,
he has you trapped in there, and like somehow he owns your soul, and now he became God, and you're trapped in there forever. And now
yeah.
like that's hell. Oh my God! Don't go in. Promise me, Walter, you won't do it. Don't
Um,
go
I
in there,
I
please.
wouldn't do it permanently. I wouldn't mind trying it to see what it's like. But yeah, maybe what you're saying is like, okay, maybe I have like someone by my side to make sure they could pull me out of it. Um, but yeah, I would like to see what it's like. I don't know. Just I would like. I think it's like good to just never. It's like so smoking weed. You just never do it, or do you try it?
Well, yeah, but then what if you come back and you're not the same? Like something changes about you.
I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely something that you have to think about because I don't really trust Zuckerberg. It's
Yeah.
crazy to say. By the way, Meta stock is just plummeting. I have a nice put on MetU, which is the 2x leverage. It's dropped from I bought the put when it was like $28 and now it's like 18. I was like making out pretty well with it. So
Oh wow.
Meta's not doing very well. Like the whole Facebook, like people are not using Facebook as much anymore, and I think Meta got sued for something, and they lost the lawsuit. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Don't.
maybe it's not Zuckerberg, maybe it's Musk instead. I trust Musk more than Zuckerberg.
I don't trust
Um,
either of
well,
them.
I don't fully trust anyone, but if you had me choose, like if you had to choose one to trust.
Oh sure. Okay, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of trusting, do you trust that Reese and Styles will be bust as top 7 picks? I don't think so. I don't see why they would necessarily be bust. I mean, they're both great players at school. They're both very athletic. Like, I feel like if they're bust, like they have injuries or work ethic related issues once they become millionaires, which like kind of is weird because like they're already millionaires just from the NIL money. So um I don't think they're gonna be busts. Like, look, half of draft picks in the first round busts. So maybe it's like a 50-50 that one of them will bust. And if you had me to have me choose, I would say Styles, but I think that I think they will succeed in the NFL. What would happen if we had the COVID pandemic during Y2K? Um, Probably not much because it was coding and like you can code from your house. So not too much. Not I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
you would have had it on a dial-up modem from home.
Oh my god, yeah, you have to worry about people calling. Oh yeah, people will be calling all the time because they couldn't
Yeah,
communicate.
yeah, because
There's no.
they'd be bored at home.
It would just be AOL chat rooms. Remember those?
Yeah. Oh my
Hey,
God.
age, sex, location, ASL.
Oh yeah.
Those are great. We actually, my friends and I, we would always chat up these three girls: Cindy, Jessica, and Caitlin. Um, we would always chat these girls up, and like the three of us, we planned to meet three of them, and we were walking over to their house, which was like 15 minutes away from ours, and we are like, what if these what if these girls are actually like 50-year-old bearded men, fat men, and I was like, I wonder if they think the same of us too. Uh, but no, we actually met up with them, and they were very nice, and
Oh,
the Sydney
okay.
girl ended up being like super hot smoke show, and
Oh wow.
I asked her out on a date, and she said yes, but we never went out on a date because I was too chicken
Oh.
to take a girl on the date at 13 or 14, whatever it was. I think I was 14.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, look, if I was older, I would have definitely done it. But like, I asked her, it was the first time I ever asked a girl out on a date. First of all, so like that enough took some courage. But then I was like, what do I do? I don't know what to do on a date. So we just never followed through with it. I never like set a specific time
Oh
or
man, yeah,
anything.
that is
Yeah.
nerve-wracking at
I
first.
know.
It's
And when
like,
you're 13 or 14, because like, what are you gonna do? Like, ask your mom to to drive over because like
Yeah.
car, like I guess I could have walked over to her house, but like what am I gonna do? Like sit with her like while her younger brother, or she had a younger brother, like while he like, hey you guys want to hang out with us, or like their
Yeah.
parents are there. It's like I don't know. Like I never went out on a date at that young anyway. The first like date I was on, I was 17, and so
Yeah.
that's like driving age. So it's a lot different than
Yeah.
13 or 14.
Yeah, I was probably 16. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like I hung out with girls and that, but
Yeah,
before then. But like, yeah, like I guess I didn't go on like my first like official like kind of date until
yeah.
I
I
was
took
about 16. Yeah.
I took this girl Victoria to the movies. We saw them use. Um,
Oh wow,
yeah,
a classic.
did you, did you
I've
see it?
never
Did you ever
seen
see
it. No,
it? Never seen
no.
it? It was pretty good. It's not
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, not bad. She was a pretty girl, but she was little out of her mind as I learned eventually.
Aren't we all, though?
Yeah, but it's just one of those. She turned into one of those artsy losers who lives in like the big city. She moved to Chicago for some reason. Like why would anyone ever move to Chicago? What a disaster. Um, so and like it was all like the hoity-toity, like oh, I'm a big city dweller. Look at me. She's like one of those people.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
I could never live in
yeah.
a big city.
Oh,
I hate. I could never do that. Sounds like a nightmare to me.
sounds awful. That
Yeah, I could never do that.
I'd rather live in the countryside with like nothing around me than like you're like there's like nothing but like rats and cockroaches where you live, and like there's like homeless people. Not like all homeless people are bad, but like you never know who these people are.
Yeah,
Like some of them are crazy drug addicts, and like they can attack you because they have nothing to lose. And then you have all the city smells like sour milk, and there's so much pollution and traffic and like so much crime.
yeah.
It just like
I don't.
so many reasons not to live there.
I don't really like going on, and I like on subways or like or trains.
Yeah.
One time, I think I want to try to give the abbreviated version of this story. I went to the Sixers game in 2022, January 2022, and first of all, the person that I went with said, because from where I was to the Wells Fargo Center is about a 40-minute drive, and she tells me the night before, "Oh, we're going to take the train there." It
Nice.
took us 30 minutes just to get from her place to the train station, and then we had to take 3 trains.
Oh, 3. Oh my God.
Yeah, we left at 5 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game and missed the whole first quarter.
It's awful.
It was horrible, and I'll tell you what, like riding through like a Philly train station, like the train station is right next to the those South Philly stadiums there
Yeah.
at like 10 o'clock at night.
That's horrifying.
Man, it's like this isn't like I wasn't scared, but if I had the choice to like be there or not be there, I'd choose not be there.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
want to do this. What? And she was like, "Well, I didn't want to pay." She's like, "It costs like $25 to park." It's like I would have paid that twice.
yeah. Well,
Like
now you can take an Uber down, like these days.
yeah, I almost did get an Uber back, but it was like $70, and I thought, might as well just ride this out at this point. That was a nightmare.
Yeah,
That
I
was
hear
a
you.
nightmare. That train station was. I don't know. I just don't like. I don't like public transportation. Some people are really into that scene. Like they love taking the subways. Like
Yeah, the people love to get pushed in front of trains. It's really cool.
I would never like not being in control. Like I have to have my car. I have to
Yeah,
have my
me too.
car.
Me too. Yeah, or at least an Uber, but still,
Yeah.
it's all. I used to work downtown before I ran the site full time, and I worked 12 to 8. It was my hours, and if you take the train at 8:30, it's not that big of a deal. But there were a couple times when I was at the office late, and I had to take the train at like 9:30 or 10, and at that point it gets like super sketchy, and there's like no one there except for like weird homeless people, like, and again, some of them are okay, but like there's one guy who just like wouldn't stop following me. He just like, hey bro, can I have $1? I'm like no, dude, I I have spent it all on the train ticket here. And he's like, hey, bro, I know you're lying, man. I know you're lying. You got to give me $1. And like, he just wouldn't stop following me.
Oh
Like,
man.
he just wouldn't stop following me.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Oh,
Like
that's scary.
he could have, like, yeah, he could have tried something with me. Like what if he had a knife? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, it's
What does he have to lose? He has nothing to lose.
yeah.
He goes to jail, gets an upgrade in living conditions.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like I just don't want to be there. And I get it, like it's part of the culture and like people like to be cultured like that, I guess, if you want to describe it that way. But I just don't have any desire to do that. I don't have any desire to do that. I don't know. I don't like not being able to be like I can get up and drive and go wherever I want.
Yeah. I'll go
So-
whatever I want. I'll go wherever I want.
No, but like I don't want to, especially like a train station. I never understood the buses. Oh my god, even say the campus buses on Penn State. I never knew where any of them went. I had a couple.
Really?
One of my buddies, he depended on them. He lived off campus and relied on the bus system to get to campus. And I just remember thinking that sounds like a nightmare. It's going to be late. There's a million people on there that you don't want to deal with. You got to wait, delays.
Especially in the cold, we have to wait.
Yeah, yeah. But I never even. It's like, oh no, it's like that's the white loop. White loop doesn't go that way. Like blue loop. I don't know. I get nervous taking bus because it's like I don't know where I'm going either. So like, how does this work? Do I tell you to stop? Do I pull something? Like, is this bus even? One time before Uber, I took a bus from the Pittsburgh airport to downtown Pittsburgh while I waited for my cousin to get out of his medical residency for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was 2014. So like, I only discovered Uber like a month after this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took a bus downtown and like I don't know where I am either. So it's like, does this bus go here? So like I just had the GPS up on my phone as it was moving. But it's like I hope like it's gonna stop where I need it to. Because otherwise I'm gonna be lost. I just don't know like the etiquette of the bus either. Like, do you pull like sometimes some have pull the rope, but if they don't have
pull the rope. Yeah, when the bus stops coming up, you got to pull the rope, and then the next bus stop they'll let you off.
Yeah, but like I just think if you don't ride it often, like sometimes you might not know. Like I had to figure it. Like I was looking at my GPS. I was like, okay, like I guess this is it, and I just pulled it. I think I was correct though. But like I just don't know when the next one is. I'm stupid. But it's like I don't know. Like it was kind of nerve-wracking for me.
I get it to an extent. I think it's one of those things where if you do it a few times, then you're used to it. I mean, everything has a learning curve. And the first time you do it, you feel out of place and you feel dumb because everyone else knows what they're doing. But at some point, those people didn't know what they're doing either, and so
like like what I'm afraid of. Like I'll be on that bus. And then I'll be riding around for an hour. We're not there, I don't think. And it's like, wait, doesn't this bus go to Bridge Street or something? The driver's like, this bus only goes to Bridge Street between 4 and 7 or something like that. I'm like, God damn it. Like, like that, like something like that. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen.
That happened to me, actually. That sort of happened to me. When I was a high school senior, my friends and I went down to downtown Philly, and like I wanted to get back home. Like I don't know, they were, I forget what they were doing. Like they were doing something dumb, and I was like, I'm out of here. So I went back to because we took the train down. And I went to the train, and it was like the R3 went from Northeast Philly down to downtown. And so I bought a ticket. I'm like, hey, R3 ticket. They go give me a ticket. I wait for the R3. I got in the R3, and I went. The train kept going and going and going. And like, okay, I know I have to get off at Beth Ayres, it's right near my parents' house. Is again, I was 17, and so I kept waiting for Beth Ayres, and then I heard last stop media. I'm like, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
And I didn't take the train to Beth Ayres. I took the train the other way, as if like we took the train from Northeast Philly to downtown, and then it kept going. Like so, going to media. and like I was the only person left on the train, and the conductor's like, hey boss, what's going on? I'm like, I need to go to Beth Ayres, and he's like, well, you went the wrong way. I'm like, I know now.
Oh,
And I'm like, what do I do? He's like, well, this train turns around. You're going to have to wait. And then, sure enough, it went back to Center City and then to Beth Ayres. And so I was stuck on this train for like 2 hours, to maybe 2.5 hours, but eventually got home. And that's when I learned that trains go in different directions, and you have to know which way to go.
that sounds like an absolute nightmare. What you just described to me. I would
But
have. I would have.
it was at the time, but it was a learning experience. And now, like, then I knew you have to make sure you get the right direction.
Then you learn never to take a train ever again in your life.
Well, that's not true, because
It's-
I always, like I said, I took the train downtown when I worked downtown at the mortgage company, the failed Mid Atlantic mortgage company with the Sir Clicks a Lot, which I wrote about in my book.
Sir
And
clicks a lot.
he's if it was in my book, this guy, my boss, he went by the name Goldie. He was like this fat guy. He was in the back office, and like you always hear this like banging going on in the back office. And like my friend and I who worked there were like, "What's going on back there?" Like, I don't know. And so one day he's like, "Hey, I need help. I came down, and like I found out what the clicking was, or the banging was. He would like bang on his like keyboard. He like bang 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 bang. He's like, it was like, there's too many windows open. And I looked at the window, I looked at this monitor, and there's like 100 of Internet Explorer windows open. I'm like, what is happening? He's like, look, I'm clicking. No, it doesn't work. And like, I'm like, dude, you only have to click twice. Clicking the E over and over again, and like you'd have all these windows. I'm like, dude, you don't do that.
Oh my god.
This is my boss.
Internet Explorer.
Yeah, this is my boss. And the 6 months after I was let go, the company went under. So
Wow, they
that's
fell
nice
apart
to hear.
without you.
Well, yeah, I didn't make a single mortgage sale, but sure, it fell apart without me. I don't think they made any mortgage sales, because this is right after the crazy '08 collapse. So people would call up. They're like, "Hey, I need a mortgage." We're like, "Okay, let's get your info." Oh, your credit's only 400. No, you can't get a mortgage.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is my job. It was my job to tell these people no. It was awful.
Oh wow.
I used to have nightmares about it. I used to be like, hey, they actually had a very nice married couple. A guy was a firefighter and the woman was a school teacher, and their credit was like 520. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't give you this. And they were like, they're like devastated. I'm like, that sucks, dude. I don't know what to do. I tell you, not my decision. It's not my decision.
Yeah, no, that's tough. Like, but well, hopefully they just keep working to improve. So it's
20 years ago, so I've who knows what they're doing now. But yeah.
But
that was
like,
awful.
yeah, man. When I used to work in car insurance, and I would take the recorded statements from everyone involved in the accident, and I would set up rentals, or set up repair. I would do everything but go to the shop myself, and like I would set up the repairs with them, arrange a tow. Like if it's a total loss, like I walk them through the whole process. And I'll tell you what, man, and then I'm the one that delivers the news and like tells them like, hey, guess what, you're at fault. Yeah. So you can imagine, like, I dealt with some unhappy people.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, man.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's like it was daily, but it definitely like helped me like get like thicker skin. Yeah. It was definitely good character building. But I had a couple times where people didn't realize that they were at fault, and like they're telling me this story. This one guy in particular, I recall, he was at a stop sign and he pulled out to make a left, and there's oncoming traffic that has the right of way, and the oncoming traffic hit him. He pulled out from the stop sign, and he's telling me what happened. He goes, yeah, I just pulled out and this idiot just came out of nowhere and hit me. And I remember thinking, like, at this point, we're about halfway through the recorded statement. And I just remember thinking, boy, am I going to have some news for you at the end of this call. Oh, he was madder than a hornet.
No, really.
What do you mean? Like that he was like, it's my fault. Like, it's like you didn't yield to the right of way. Like he has the right of way. You had a stop sign. You can't pull out until it's, oh, he freaked. He thought for sure, So I was just like, I was like well prepped. I was just like, okay, well, I knew, like, I could tell this guy was, he wasn't gonna like it.
Yeah.
I had another time. She seemed like the nicest lady, and sometimes like you could make the liability decision like pretty quickly, but every now and then you'd have some tough ones, and like we would actually have like little race cars to like kind of like okay, like it happened like that, and like determine everything. So sometimes the liability decisions it would take some time, like a day or so, to finally determine it. So anyhow, I had determined that this lady was going to be at fault, and I called her up, and she's like, I was like, hey, this is Tom, the insurance company. She's just like, she goes, oh, Tom, so you have good news for me. And I'm like, actually, I don't. Unfortunately, I was like, you're going to be at fault for the accident. Like, what else can I
Oh man.
say? I was just like, actually, I don't. I'm sorry.
A- Actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
But
Walt is an Eagles fan, correct? I wasn't. Well, when I was a kid, I was an Eagles fan. That has changed. I decided to become unbiased when I ran my website full time. And now I always say the team I'm rooting for is the team I'm betting on. So, look, it could happen. 2 years ago, I bet the Eagles to win the Super Bowl 17-1, the year they won, and I was an Eagles fan that year. This year, I did have some futures on the Eagles with exactas, so I wasn't like opposed to them. But they weren't my favorite team this year. That was the Bills and the Rams. Unfortunately, neither got there, but still, no, I'll root for any team. I don't really see, and I know a lot of people will disagree with this, but I personally am not someone who gets anything out of rooting for a team. I just don't. When I was a kid, I did like the Sixers. My dad watched the Sixers; he loved them, and up until like the Iverson years, I loved them, and then the Eagles because everyone loved the Eagles here, and Flyers, Phillies too. But in adulthood, I'm like it just disappeared. I always think to myself, I'm like, okay, if I'm rooting for the Eagles here and they win, like what does that do for me? It's like there's no financial gain unless I bet it. So I don't I really don't understand it. But I understand that people are passionate about their teams. I'm just not. I just don't care anymore.
yeah, and this is an interesting point that and we can unpack this because it's something I put a great deal of thought into as well. Because same for me, like I was really into it as a kid, and I would get upset like if my team lost like a big
Hmm.
game or something. It happened many times, of course. But I just like once I hit about 30 or just before then, because I remember that Packers the 2014-2015 NFC Championship game that they blew against Seattle. Oh,
Hmm.
that hurt. Like I'm talking the 500-pound weight on your chest feeling like your
Yeah.
girlfriend just broke up with you. That pain. And then I told myself I went for a walk that night, and I just told myself I'm not doing this anymore. Like, yeah, like I still am a Green Bay fan. I'm happy if they win, but if they lose, I'm not like gonna sweat it, or like they get knocked out of the playoffs. I'm not gonna be like no, like because same thing at the end of the day, like it would be cool,
Yeah.
because like why is it cool? Okay, well, I mean, it makes me think of when I was a kid. I've been watching this team for so long, and it's just like it brings back happy and nostalgic feelings on some level for me. It's like, oh man, like something I've been following all my life. Like I get
Yeah.
to enjoy like this cool moment for him. So for that, I can appreciate. But otherwise, I agree with you. Like there's you're not like you almost like I remember the losing years more than like
Oh
the
yeah.
actual championship years. That's because that's what it's all about. Really, it's about the losing. You're
Yeah.
gonna remember that more.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
as you know, sorry, as you know that Lions NFC Championship game against the 49ers, losing that Lions futures bet that I made before the season started to win the Super Bowl, that really hurt.
I was right there
That
with you. Yeah.
yeah.
It felt like personal. I felt like
Yeah. Oh yeah. It seemed unfair. It really
yeah.
I felt cheated. Oh, that one hurt. And I know I told you this, and then the next day I went. For those who don't know, we bet the Lions that's before the season started to win the Super Bowl, and I had a pretty substantial bet on it.
It's like 40-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I was due to win. I think I had like 80 or 100 bet on it, and I was going to
Yeah.
win like close to 3,000. I can't remember. It
Yeah,
was going to be
I had 200 on mine. I remember.
yeah, it was going to be relatively substantial, and not only like to get it right, but for it to be the Lions, not
Yeah.
a team that's not only not ever been to the Super Bowl, but like it's never, it's just never done anything really ever. It's like for me to like call that before the season, like that's something I would have always remembered, and I was like this might happen. Oh, I cannot believe I hate the 49ers too. I can't believe they blew that game. And then the next day I was on the road for work, and in between, I told you this, in between jobs, I
Yeah.
went to a Panera Bread for lunch, and like the people next to me like, "Oh, did you see the game last night? That was crazy. The 49ers won." I was like, "Shut up, dude." It's like I know it's just like an innocent conversation, but it's like I
Yeah.
didn't. That's the last thing I want to hear right now, man. I was hurting. That one hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's why it's not as that's why I'd rather not get involved, because I don't want to feel that way. That's rare for me to get there
Mhm.
like that. But like Green Bay blew that playoff game against the Bears. I knew they were going to blow it. I bet the Bears live when they were down
Mhm.
11. I think the money line, because
Yeah.
but that game didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt me at all, actually, because I knew it was going to happen. I know this team. They're just I know what they're gonna I know what they're gonna do. So
Yeah.
like, but I wasn't like, oh, like devastated by that one, where I definitely would have been like 15 years ago. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, look, there's still a lot of people who will root for the team like no matter what, and they live and die by. I know a lot of people here who love the Eagles so much.
oh yeah,
But yeah, it's just I don't know, something just vanished for me, and it sounds like it did for you too. So uh,
yeah. I sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying that, like, yeah, it's just different for me now. Whereas, like, I'm not like you and what Pat's saying here. Walt's a fan of every sport as long as he can make money off it, and it's not soccer. Yeah, that is that is 100% true. It's can't get in soccer. Even betting soccer, just can't get into it. I would never watch it. But yeah, no, it's that's how I feel about it. If I can make a profit off it, I'll root for the team or the player, or against the player if I have the under or whatever. But yeah, it's just like just to root for a team, like it just doesn't really do anything for me anymore. Whereas like when I was a kid, I remember loving the Sixers so much. I was like the biggest Sixers fan in my grade, and like that team sucked. Like this is right after they traded Charles Barkley, and like it was Jeff Hornacek was the best player on that team. Like it was a disaster.
I love Jeff Hornacek though.
I hated that guy.
What?
Like,
He was clutch, man, from the three ball.
I know, but he like mailed it in when he was in Philly. Like he didn't try his hardest. So
Okay.
yeah, so I just never a big fan of his. And then when he was traded, I was pretty happy about it. But so whenever they would lose, I felt like I had like my friends would like give me crap for it too. They'd be like, "Oh, well, what happened to the Sixers?" And I feel like as an 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, I have to like defend them, you know.
I felt the same way.
I was the worst. Like, what am I supposed to do? I was like, oh, I'll hit a shot next time and help the team win. Like,
Yeah.
like, how am I at fault for this? You know?
Yeah, I got that. Used to get that with the Orlando Magic when I was in like fifth grade, because they would, they were very good, but they
Yeah.
lost the Bulls always, and
Mhm.
it was well, not always, but when Jordan was there. But anyhow, like, yeah, I felt that like when you're a kid, like you feel like it's an extension of you somehow,
Yeah.
and then like there are varying degrees of like of shedding that. One time I went to this like a restaurant bar. This was in 2011, and it was like a football Sunday afternoon. I was getting lunch there, and there was this guy. He must have been in his late 40s, early 50s, and the Rams were bad that year too. He had like a construction helmet
Mhm.
with like painted Rams colors with like the Ram logo and like the
Oh God.
horns. And he's
Yeah.
up there, he's like, "Come on!" Like scream, "Ah!" It's like, dude, like how are you like doing this as a grown man in public?
Yeah.
It's like I'm glad he has something he likes, I guess,
Yeah.
but and also what they went like 5-11 that year. It's like what are your expectations that you're going to be like screaming like screaming at the TV at a local bar. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not great.
yeah, like I couldn't imagine doing that at that age. Like
Bernard
maybe
said,
when I was a kid.
do you attend the games? I think that adds to being an actual fan, and then you got to get shit faced and go to the games. Well, that is beyond my years of being a father of two kids who are four and two. So I'm not getting shit faced anytime soon. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. I actually, I don't miss those days. But like, yeah, I used to get like drunk a lot, like when I was in college and for the few years after college. But yeah, I've been drank. I drank once, and ever since my son was born, when he's like I said, he's 4 now, and now I was just like having 2 beers with a fellow local content creator here. I'll just Aton. I had a couple of drinks with him I don't think he'll mind me saying that. I had a couple of drinks at a bar for the first time when we met, like in person for the first time. It's the only time I drank ever since my son was born. So, life has changed, and because I don't want to set a bad example for my kids. Like, I never ever want to be in a position where I'm drunk in front of my kids. I think that would be awful parenting. Or like high or anything. So, yeah, I just don't do it. And as far as like going to games is concerned, I just like. I don't know. I went to an Eagles game once in '99. It was McNabb's rookie year against the Colts. They got blown out, but still. And then I've been to a few Phillies games. I've been to a few Sixers games, and yeah, it's fun. But like, I'd rather just stay home and watch on TV. Like, I guess my dad feels the same way. Like, I a few years ago, I bought tickets to a Flyers Canucks game. And we went downtown and everything, and we watched the game. We got, nachos and beers and everything. And my dad at the end of the night, he's like, thanks for the present, but I'd rather watch at home. I'm like, I feel the same. I feel the same way. I feel the same way because like you have to wait for the traffic to get out, and like
it's an ordeal.
Yeah, it's like, and there were like 2 annoying girls who were wearing Canucks jerseys next to us. I think they were puck bunnies. I think they were, because like they kept mentioning some of the players, like specifically.
Oh wow.
Like I like overheard them a little bit, and like they kind of like sounded like they were groupies of the team. So
oh wow, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like that was like a negative experience too, just like because the Flyers lost 4-0 in that game. It was
that
like,
sucks too.
Yeah, it was like a home game. They didn't show up. They looked like they were half-assing it. Like it looked bad. So like it was just an overall negative experience, but at the same time, it was a little fun. It was fun to like watch the game live with my dad, but like, but my dad said it and I agreed. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather just watch it home.
It depends. I used to really like to go to the games, but like you said, like it's an ordeal. Like you got like the parking situation is like 1,000 hoops to jump through and slow moving, and then when you get out of the parking lot, it's going to take a year.
Yeah,
with the traffic, and when you got to shuffle through and go through security, and
or you have to leave early and beat the traffic. But
yeah,
why'd you go to the game in the first place?
Exactly. So it's just, I get it. It's and I've gone to many games and I've always had a good time, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It costs so much money. I went to a Magic game last season. And just the concessions for 2 people was, and I'm talking like chicken strips, fries, and a soda for 2 people, like for one for each person.
Yeah,
it was like ended up being like $80-something bucks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
that's on top of the tickets.
Yeah, on top of the tickets and parking. Yeah, so it's like you have to.
And if you want a souvenir too, that's also money.
You're
dropping like $200-300 like by the time you're done.
Yeah, at least depending.
Yeah, it depends on the tickets. Yeah.
I went, and you know what? That time I went too. So I just hit 3 gallons or 2 gallons donated all time. I'm a regular blood donor.
Wow! And, congratulations.
Thanks. I don't know why I started doing it, but I just kept doing it. It's like, I don't know. You get some cool stuff sometimes. They have like a bunch of shirts for the gym and stuff. They give away like these T-shirts. Like sometimes they get movie tickets. But anyhow, one time they're giving away free Orlando Magic tickets. But it's like, but it's, and, you know, and I knew this like before even reading the fine print. I was like, I know it's not like free. It's going to be like a voucher. And I think it was okay. I think it was $30 each, like two $30 vouchers, like to use on each ticket. But it's still, you know, like there's still going to be money owed afterwards. You're not going to get like a ticket for that price. You know, so when I got like the tickets, it just showed up like it looked like something on my phone that you could scan for Apple Pay, but there was no picture or like QR code. So I called the help desk and I was like, this is weird. So I called their help desk. I was like, hey, like I just don't want to get to the game, and then they say, hey, this isn't right. And the guy is like, it's not confusing, because I said it's kind of confusing because there's no QR code or picture here like you typically would on like something in your iPhone wallet. It's not confusing, he said. So guess what happened when I got there? They're like, oh, what's this? Just as I suspected. And then like I had to jump through like a 1,000 hoops to prove to them that it was an actual ticket. So like I have to jump through all these hoops, you know, and then the Magic lost.
On top of that,
yeah,
do like the graphic on the screen.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
I drew it myself.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you know, no, like I just started doing it. Like sometimes you can, like you'll get like gift cards. And then one time I hit like a certain milestone and they gave me like $50 worth of gift cards. Plus you get cookies and you get juice and a t-shirt, and sometimes you get free movie tickets. Movie tickets are pretty clutch if you like to go to the movies. So anyhow, I just started, I don't know. Plus I guess it's a good thing to do, you know. It shows you, you know, like when it gets donated and whatnot. I used to be scared to do it, but now like I don't even really feel the needle going in. Again, I don't know why I even like thought to start doing this, but I did. I was like, whenever I see the big red bus around, every couple months I'll be like, I haven't gone in a while. Just like, where's that red bus? I'll look it up.
You were scared because of the needle or something else?
Yeah, I was scared of the needle.
Oh, okay. I've never been scared of needles in my life. Never.
Yeah,
I don't know. Some people are terrified. I just don't care. Like I got a needle about a month ago, about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, when I got my colonoscopy. They injected me with, they gave me an IV when I first got there, just because I hadn't eaten anything within 24 hours, and I hadn't drank anything in, I want to say 7-8 hours. And so, and like, this is an IV for you, just it'll make you feel better. So she's like, all right, you're not afraid of needles, are you? I'm like, no, I don't care. And she just stuck it in. It's like a slight pinch, but I was like, it's like whatever. And I thought to myself, like, people are terrified of this. Like, why? Like, it hurts for like a second and then just goes away. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the anticipation of it for me. Like I can't look, but then like, I don't look. And then next thing I know, I look, I don't look when it goes in or out.
Yeah.
But almost every time when it goes in, I'll look the other way and then I'll look back thinking they didn't put it in yet and it's in. So a lot of times I don't feel it.
You still don't look?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I
just looked at it. I didn't like, it didn't bother me at all. I don't know why.
Yeah, but even, and then when they pull it out, I don't feel it usually.
Okay. Yeah.
When they put it in this time, I did feel it.
Yeah. Well, if you're afraid of needles, wait till they insert a camera up your butt. That's.
I mean, I'd be scared to do that. So bravo, man.
The colonoscopy wasn't bad.
Yeah.
They put you to sleep. You don't feel it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're asleep the whole time. And then when you wake up, they woke me up, and they're like, "How do you feel?" I'm like, "Oh, my stomach hurts," and I was like. Like, oh wow, that feels so much better, because they even told you, they're like, there's gonna be gas in your system, and then once you fart it out, it's gone. You actually have to do it a few times, but once,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, the worst part was the prep for it, because the 24 hours beforehand, you can't eat anything. You could drink you can drink chicken broth, and then I still have this one bottle of Gatorade here. this clear. You had to drink clear or yellow Gatorade, or I guess orange works maybe, but and you have to mix it with uh, just
some
stuff.
disgusting powder.
Yeah, you have to put a bunch of powder in, and then you mix it, and you have to drink like this whole. You have to drink 64 ounces, like within an hour, and it actually didn't taste bad because it just tastes like this Gatorade, and Gatorade's fine with me, but it's just a lot. Like it's just drinking so
Yeah.
much, and then you're at the bathroom every half hour, even like sooner, and just like, oh, here we go again, bathroom time. It's just like so repetitive. And you don't feel quite right, and then like the final 6 hours, you can't drink anything. That's like the worst part, because you get thirsty and you're like, oh man, I just wish I could have a drink, like even like just water, like a sip of water. Like no, you can't do it. So that's the worst part. But actually, like having this procedure, like they put you to sleep, you wake up, you fart, and you're fine, and you're hungry.
How long does the procedure take?
30 minutes, not 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Oh, you're only out for 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah. They insert a camera in your butt. They look around the colon, and if there's nothing there, then you're done. If they find some polyps, you got to get them removed. I thankfully didn't have anything.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's basically it. And then afterward you're hungry, and you're like, oh, and I'm like, can I eat? What can I eat? And the doctor's like, anything. I'm like, yes, let's go. We went to Red Robin that night, but given that like my stomach shrank, I couldn't even finish my cheeseburger. I had a salad and a burger and fries, which I can eat very easily. That night I couldn't finish my burger because my stomach shrank. It shrank so much. Yeah.
Holy cow, that's really something.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have gone to town at Red Robin.
I thought I would too, because I was so hungry. I'm like, I can't wait. And my wife was even like, do you want to like take it easy the first night? Because you haven't eaten in a while. I'm like, no, I'm hungry. I want to go to Red Robin. I haven't eaten anything in a long time. And the food looks so good, but I just couldn't stomach it at the end. But
wow,
it was so great at the time.
Yeah, wow. I can't imagine. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to do that.
You shouldn't be afraid. It's like I said, the prep time, the 24 hours beforehand suck, but like there's nothing. And then if you're afraid of needles, the IV might worry you a bit, but like you said, you don't have to look. And then that's it. Then they put you under, and then that's it. You wake up. It's not a big deal. It was. I just don't want to go through the prep again. It's something you have to do every 10 years, apparently.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, when you turn 45. You have to do it every 10 years. And I'm not 45 yet, but I had some issues, and I saw the doctor. So I had some blood in my stool. That's like, I'm sure people are eager to hear. So I went, so it happened like, I'm going to say 8 times. Right. And so at the first time I'm like, is this just food coloring? I don't know. And the second or third time I'm like, is this food coloring? I don't know. And then it happened enough where I'm like, okay, let me take some pictures and let me go to the doctor. And so I went to the doctor, and he's like, this looks hemorrhoidal, but you should get a colonoscopy just in case. And I'm 43 and a half. So he's like, you're a year and a half from getting this anyway. You might as well just get it and make sure. Like, okay, so schedule colonoscopy. They send you papers, like instructions on what to do. So starting at 7 days out, you can't eat fruit. You can't eat high fiber stuff 3 days out. And then a day out, you can't eat anything. You can only drink chicken broth and apple juice and whatnot, like clear liquids. You can't have anything red 7 days in, 7 days out. So you can't have or you can't have anything red, purple, or blue. Because you need your colon clear, because like if it's colored, they won't be able to see it with the camera.
Yeah.
So like I said, the prep time's the worst. So like it was just hemorrhoidal, so it wasn't anything. They didn't find anything. So like it was a relief. But like my doctor even said, he's like, I'm almost certain this is hemorrhoidal. So
that's good, I guess then.
It doesn't. I have no pain. I don't have any pain or anything. It was just like blood from time to time, and it's just hemorrhoidal. So I'm like, oh whatever. Anyway, so that was that. Andy says, I just chewed slowly, finished my entire double Whopper and fries.
Oh man, I haven't had a Whopper in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had a Whopper. I'm not a fan of stuff on your burger. I like the meat and the cheese, bacon sometimes, and that's it. I don't want anything else in my burger. Ketchup. I don't want mustard. I don't want mayo. I don't want onions. I don't want tomatoes. I don't want lettuce. I don't want any of this crap. And like I always say, when I was like, I'm found a place and I order a burger, and they're like, "What do you want on it?" Well, first of all, like, how do you cook that? It's always medium rare. And then they're like, "What do you want on it?" I'm like, "No nonsense." Like, what do you mean? I just want the meat and the cheese. That's it. That's it. I don't want anything else.
Wow. I'm calling the police. I can't believe this.
What do you mean?
No,
What do
you don't
what do
like
you want on your
lettuce.
burger?
I like lettuce, tomato, at least. Onion
Ugh,
is I'll do, but like lettuce, yeah,
disgusting.
like a sauce maybe.
No sauce.
You gotta have
Gross.
tomato. The tomato makes it for me, for
It's
you, baby.
ketchup. Ketchup is tomato. You don't need. It's redundant. You don't need tomato.
Double. Yeah. No, I like a double.
No. Double ketchup. You don't need tomato.
Well, I don't know. Let's put ketchup on it.
That's crazy. Now I'm the one calling the police. What do you mean? You don't like ketchup on your burger? What are you talking about?
Not all the time.
I mean, if you get like a buffalo burger or barbecue burger, then you don't need ketchup. But on a regular burger, of course you do. It makes the whole thing. It's like having a steak with no A1 sauce. The A1 sauce is the reason to have the steak.
Oh, okay. I'm not a steak eater. But
really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's so interesting. So like you don't get, oh man, like the lettuce and tomato really make the burger, man.
See, I absolutely hate this, dude. I go on rants about this. My wife is so sick of it because I always rant about it. Because if you go to Red Robin and you get the best burger they have is the double cheeseburger. If you don't say I want it plain, it comes with mayo on it. And like it's just disgusting. Like who wants mayo on their burger? Sure, some psychos might want it, but like you should ask for it. Like, hey, can I have mayo on my burger? Like, and it's the same thing. I feel like with everything else, if you order a cheeseburger, you should have the cheese in the burger because that's what a cheeseburger is. But if you want lettuce, tomato, onion, blah blah blah, you're like, hey, can I have this with lettuce, tomato, onion? It shouldn't automatically come with it, and you shouldn't have to say plain. They should be add-ons. And like, it's so dumb that you have to request stuff plain, and like it doesn't come plain automatically.
So you don't like that you need to remove it as opposed to adding it?
Yeah, because it's easier to add stuff than it is to remove stuff. Because if not so much lettuce, tomato, onion, because you could just take it off. But like, unless it's like shredded lettuce, then it's like stuck everywhere. It's gross. But but like the mayo, you can't remove the mayo because there's gonna be still residue from it.
Yeah, mayo is so disgusting to me.
Stuff you can't, like, it's gonna be stuck to your patty, and it's gonna be stuck to the side of your bun. You just can't get rid of it. You just can't.
Yeah, exactly. I hate mayo. Like I always say, like anytime I get a sandwich, even if I know mayo comes on, I still say no mayo because I don't want to risk it. Like I don't understand. You're right. Like in many places that comes default. Like why?
Yeah, it should not be default.
Why? It's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I know a lot of people like it, but
yeah, and meat, ketchup, and bun. That's all. Yeah, I need the cheese too. I like cheeseburgers better. But if you don't like cheese, I get it. The hamburger is fine.
There was what Super Bowl was it? The 49ers and Chiefs, the more recent one when the Chiefs won in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Super Bowl commercial. I think it was Kristen Wiig, and it was like I can't remember what brand of mayonnaise it was, and she was eating the mayonnaise right out of the jar. Dude, I'm not kidding. I had to walk out of the room. I almost threw up. That's so gross. Ugh. I don't know. I know a lot of people love it. Most people love it.
Yeah, I don't get like mayo on sandwiches. I can't eat like. Ugh. And I order like a salami cheese sandwich. Like, oh, do you want mayo? I'm like, no, I'm not a psychopath. Like, what do you want? Put mayo on my sandwich for? Bernard's saying if you get a nice steak, you don't need A1. I say you need the steak you need the steak to have A1. I think, you need A1 to have the steak. Sorry, that's the right way to do it. I would drink A1 out of the bottle. That's how much I love A1 sauce. It's so good. I'm not kidding.
I know. Geez, you're just as bad as the mayonnaise out of the jar people.
on one of these shows, I will drink A1 out of the bottle.
No, do it on a night I'm not on. I don't want to see that. I'll be worried about you
Why?
because like
It's
what? Don't be chugging A1 sauce.
why? What's so bad about A1 sauce?
No, but I mean that can't be good for you.
I mean, I'm drinking Pepsi right now. It's not good for me. And Snapple here, it's not good for me. What else?
Remember the
what else?
Pepsi challenge?
Is that where you had to guess between Pepsi and Coke?
Yeah, I actually did one at the mall, and I picked Pepsi, but I like Coke better. Yeah, I felt like king for a day in like 8th grade.
King for a day.
Yeah,
I
but like,
I never got
picked
to do on this
I
challenge.
picked it correctly. Yeah, but I like Coke better though.
Oh, well, you have to have the made with real sugar here. I don't know if you can see it.
I see that.
You can't have regular Pepsi. It's not. I mean, look, I'll have Pepsi, Coke any day, but once you have the real sugar, the other stuff seems so much worse.
Mm. Yeah, it's I don't know. Pepsi has like I don't know, like Coke has like a harder bite. Like I think it tastes better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Pepsi. I don't know. It tastes.
But did you ever have the real sugar one instead of the high fructose corn syrup?
I don't think I have.
I guarantee you'd like this so much better. Everyone I talked to is like tried this versus the regular. It's so much better. There's no aftertaste either. It's great. It tastes like so much smoother. Like you're like, oh, there's no weird high fructose corn syrup crap that they put in for no reason. It's like real sugar.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't. If I drink soda, it'll be diet soda, but I drink mostly water and unsweet iced tea. But I don't add any sugar. I don't know. I like the bitter flavor, so I don't need to be drinking any sugary sodas.
Oh, why not? It's great. You should try it.
Why not? It's great. Okay,
it's good for you, like A1 sauce.
It's good for a real sugar soda and a side of A1. Yeah,
nothing better than that.
Yeah,
you got the steak and everything.
That'll put some hair on your chest.
Yeah. The Dutch put that S on everything. The A1 sauce. Tell them only what you add. If you tell them no onion, lettuce, etc., you may not mention something they put on the bun by default. Yeah, I always say plain. I always say I just want cheese and the meat. That's it. I make it very clear. But like sometimes, like once or twice a year or something, I'll forget. Or if like distracted by the kids or something, I just won't mention it. It's oh, here's your mayo cheeseburger. I was like, come on.
Oh God.
And I always send it back. I'm like, hey, there's mayo on my cheeseburger. And like the Red Robin girl is like, oh, it comes with it. I'm like, why? And she's like, I don't know.
Oh wow. Did you make a scene up in there?
Was it qualifies as a scene? It's like a half scene, maybe like a 33% scene. I don't know. I was just asked the question. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, can I have one without it? She's like, okay. It's not. I don't know. It's not.
Wow, you're a tough customer, man.
Customer's always right.
Yeah, come on, man. Have a heart, Walt.
I'm not eating mayo.
She's out there trying to make a buck. Just you know.
I'll tip well if they replace it.
Oh, okay.
Dutch put mayo and everything. Yeah.
You know.
Not going to Netherlands ever. I recently learned that Worcestershire sauce is made from fermented anchovies. Ugh. Well, now I'm definitely drinking more A1 sauce. Never go there. Yeah, I have no desire to go to Netherlands now. Not that I did in the first place.
I don't want to fly over the ocean again. I'm scared.
You scared to fly over the ocean?
Yeah, I have done it before, but I'm scared to do it. Why do I need to get? I went to Spain.
Oh, okay, I went. I've done it once. I went to Bermuda for our honeymoon.
Well, that was 20 years ago this month that I went.
I thought you were saying my honeymoon was 20 years ago. Like,
no, my Spain trip. No, you're.
It's like no, we knew each other back then barely. But no, I did not get married 20 years ago. Although, like, kind of would have made sense back in the day at 24.
Yeah,
23.
Bermuda, like that's not that long of a flight, though, is it?
It's 2 hours. It's nice.
That's not too bad.
Oh yeah, very smooth flight.
I think I could do that.
Yeah, it's very quick.
But like going over the whole Atlantic to get to Spain, it's like it was only a 6-hour flight from Newark.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's actually not that bad. But I mean, could have been worse, but flying over the whole ocean, the whole Atlantic there, ugh, I don't know. It just makes me nervous, man.
It makes me less nervous because I was a competitive swimmer. Not that like crashing to the ocean is like is great in either way, but like I don't know. I don't
I'm, a-
know.
I'm
I remember watching the Titanic in the movie theaters with my friends. And first of all,
yeah.
my friends had a wager on whether I'd cry or not. And one guy said yes, and the other guy said no. And like afterward, when they told me, I went to the guy and said yes, like you don't know me at all, do you? Because like that one friend was like crying his tears out, even though it was the second time he saw it. But when like Jack's in the water and Kate's on that wooden raft
Oh
thing,
yeah.
and like he's like, oh my god, I'm like, dude, what
Oh
are you
man.
doing? It's just a movie. I know it's actually that actually happened a long time ago, but like not to these specific people. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
and so like so anyway when we were talking about the movie afterward, I'm like, yeah, I could have just swam, would have swam away if I was Jack.
yeah.
And they're like, dude, it's cold. It's like freezing in the ocean. I'm like, it's true. If I had a wetsuit, I could have done it.
Well, there's just no way that I would like my fear would be like if the plane crashed in the middle of the ocean and I survived the impact and I
Mm,
was and like something in the ocean was gonna kill me, like eat me.
yeah,
And I just didn't know because like no one's gonna come save me. I'd be that would be terrifying to me.
right.
That would be terrifying to me. Oh, have you ever seen that movie Open Water? Or
No,
of it? It's really
no.
interesting. It's like it's a dramatization, but it's based on a true story. This couple went on like I think I want to say it was like in Australia. I can't remember where they went. But like they took them offshore in like little scuba diving expedition. It was like a whole group of them. Like I don't think it was scuba diving lessons, but it was like we'll take you out here and like you just come with us. So anyhow, guess what happened? They pulled back up and like the people running the like the tour or like the lesson or whatever, they left. They didn't account for everybody and they left that couple behind. So anyhow,
Mm,
that couple comes back up. They're like, "Where's the boat?" And the boat doesn't realize that they left them there.
oh god.
And they're out in the middle of the ocean, like the middle of nowhere. Like it's hopeless for them. And then, they get eaten by sharks.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's depressing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's terrifying. Like the movie would like that's a really scary movie to me. It's not like
Mm,
a horror, like scary monsters and that sort of thing.
yeah.
But like I think like at one point you see like the sharks start like circling them, and it's just like to know like the impending death, but you can't see it. Like you don't
Mhm,
know like when, like it's right near you. You can see its fin, but like you don't know where it's gonna attack, what it's gonna feel like, what oh, that's horrible.
yeah.
And like then no one's gonna find you. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's not great, Bob.
So yeah, sorry, I don't mean to get all doom and gloom over here, but just saying, yeah, open water is a scary. But then like that helped. I mean, it's terrible that it had to happen this way, but like that as a result of that, like it changed like legislature or something or like rules or regulations for how that works so that it doesn't happen again, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I don't want to go in the ocean. Oh my god, if they left me out there, I'd die. I mean, well, literally, I would die.
Yeah.
That would be
And
that would.
most people would. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I wouldn't make it out there. I would. That'd be scary. I don't know. Like, I'd like to at least see it coming if I can help it. Like, what kind of animal is gonna like rip me apart here
Mm.
shortly? That'd be terrifying, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I won't fly over the ocean.
Well, there it goes. Maybe you'll go to Bermuda because it's such a short trip. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
you
That will
actually
that
cross
that's
over the Atlantic. It's
yeah. That one's on the maybe pile.
yeah, it's off like the coast of South Carolina.
Yeah,
It's not too bad.
I don't like I really don't like flying that much, especially long distance.
Mhm.
Like a couple hours I can do. Like Florida to Pennsylvania is you can get it there like an hour 45 flight.
Yeah.
That's pretty good from where I am to where I need to go.
Right.
But when I used to fly out to Vegas back when I worked my previous job,
Yeah, it's 5 hours.
yeah, it's like 4:45 if you're lucky, and
Mhm.
it's you start to at least I do. I start to lose it a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get antsy on there. And then I've been on flights where I'm just praying I hope I have to go to the bathroom soon so I can get up and do something.
You pray that you have to go to the bathroom. Why don't you just
Yeah.
go?
Well,
Like,
no, because like I don't have to go, and then I don't want to have to get back up again when I do have to go, and they're like, "This guy's getting up to go to the bathroom a lot."
you care
Let's
too
go.
much about what these random people on the plane think about
Yeah, but
you.
what do they think I'm doing something weird in there? And then when we get off the plane, then they pull me aside for security. They're like, "We noticed you went in the bathroom, sir. Do you have drugs on you?" And then I get arrested, and then I don't get to go to Vegas at all.
Well, maybe you have a
What if
point
that
there.
happened to me, Walter?
I have no rebuttal for that. I don't know. I mean,
then I tell you, well, my friend Walter said I should just get up.
just say that. Then they'll come arrest me.
Yeah,
Conspiracy to go to
yeah.
the bathroom on the plane
Yeah,
multiple times.
yeah.
Um,
You know what I always thought was funny on like the planes. Sorry, I didn't mean to catch off there.
yeah, dude.
The Mile High Club. Let me tell you, like, bro, I barely fit in one of those bathrooms.
No, there's no way you can have.
Like, how are you supposed to? I mean, I guess you could, but that would be like the most uncomfortable thing. I barely fit in there myself.
Yeah, you can't. There's no way.
Like, how can it be enjoyable? Like, are you just doing it to check off a box? Like, I just.
It would have to be like a luxury flight with a big bathroom in the first class.
Yeah,
That's the only way I can think it would work. You can't fit two people in there. There's no way.
yeah, man. I don't know. Why would anyone want to do that anyway? Like it's just gonna be tight quarters if you can even pull it off.
Yeah.
It's just like it can't be enjoyable. I
No.
don't know. And like you got to sneak
Wait.
in there. Like, aren't people going to hear you or something?
Yeah, of course. And like, there's usually
For,
lines for people to go to the bathroom. They're gonna
yeah.
know.
For
And
what?
they'd be like, come on, I really have to go to the bathroom. Like you're having sex. Can't you just wait till the flight's over? Like you'll be more comfortable in your hotel room wherever you go.
Yeah, I mean,
or like the airport bathroom. It's like that's
yeah,
a little bit better, although it's usually pretty sketchy depending on which airport.
yeah, that's very true.
Like,
That's very
especially
true.
Philadelphia International Airport is very, very sketchy bathrooms there. I'm not recommending.
Actually, the last couple of times, it's been a while, but the last couple of times that I was in the Philly airport, it was better. Usually, when I had to go through there, I hated it.
Well, they've the people who work there have their master's degrees. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
They all have their master's degrees. It's true. This is I used to well, not used to. I always write about the Philadelphia International Airport whenever I go to Las Vegas each summer, and it's always like the part one of my jerks of the week. And this guy Dave, I used to go to school with, grade school and high school. He contacted me once, and it was a response to me posting it on Facebook. And he's like, so because I make fun of the airport employees, he's like, a lot of us airport employees have our masters, and and I'm like, yeah. I responded, I'm like, yeah, the drug sniffing dogs have the masters. I understand.
Oh my god, dude!
He has not spoken to me since.
You ever get nervous going through security at the airport? I used to. I think I used to watch too much of that show Locked Up Abroad.
First few times, it's like it's a little much because you have to do everything. You have to like hurry and like get your you don't have to get your shoes off anymore. We used to have to get your shoes off, and then you open up your laptop bag, take your laptop out, and then just put everything on the trays and everything, and like it's just like so fast, and like I'm always like worried I'm gonna forget something, and then I'm always worried that they're going to find something in my bag that if like forgot to take out. Like if I like put a water bottle in my bag and I forgot to take it out, and they're like, "Oh, you have a water bottle here." I'm like, "Oh crap, I forgot to take it out." I'm always worried about that. Yeah. But like not anymore. I've done it enough, but like the first few times, it's like so hectic. You're like, it's like so fast. It's moving so fast. It's like you with the knowing when to go off the bus. Like it's the same thing. Like but once you learn what to do, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I used to be scared that like, what if somebody random planted drugs on me in my bag?
Right.
Like, how would I explain that away? I used to watch this show called Locked Up Abroad.
Mm-hmm.
That'll put like the fear in you.
Yeah.
Or like just as the show suggests, it's like a real life story of someone that went to jail in another country, and it's like the conditions are. I mean, they're terrible for any prison. It's terrible
Mhm.
anywhere, but like it's so like some of these places are it's like just beyond unimaginable, like inhumane conditions and like scenarios, and it's like some of the stories were crazy though. Like this one guy was like he was smuggling prostitutes into other countries. He would just say like pretend they're like they just got married, like
Mhm.
he's like their husband, get through customs, take the flight over with him, be like, oh, like like, hey honey, like be like all like PDA, like in the customs line, like, oh, like we're here for
Yeah.
our honeymoon sort of thing. Get them in, there's a car to pick them up, and they got a flight for you back. Here's a few $1,000s. Like you just like fly there and fly back.
Mhm.
And so like, but then like one time he got questioned because they were like doubting, like they were on to him, but he talked his way out of it. And
Yeah.
he was like, wow, like I can do anything. So then they were like, well, like, would you be interested in smuggling like heroin? And he
Wow.
thought, I can do it. I got past that test because they really were giving him the third degree and he didn't
Mhm.
crack, and he got through. So he just kind of felt invincible. Anyhow, like, so he did that, and he got caught. They say it was like a setup, so he got life. I think he was in Malaysia.
Wow.
I can't remember, but he got life in prison, and then like they had like that's I think it's like death penalty wherever he was, but
Wow.
they somehow he avoided the death penalty. But anyhow, then he he's in there for life. It's horrible conditions, so he got addicted to heroin in the prison and got AIDS too.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
I felt bad for him, but he was like all like in the interview, like now then he got out, like I don't know, like the U.S. embassy or whoever, like figured something out, and he's back and he's out. But he's all like, at least in there, like he has like a girlfriend. And he's like, like life is like great again, and so like I guess it all aren't ideal, but like he's at least seems like he's happy. That's crazy, man.
yeah. Yeah. Definitely don't mess around with airport security stuff. I would not recommend doing that.
I mean, I guess if I was in a prison in another country for life, and I thought there was no way I'd ever get out, I guess I would try drugs too. Like,
Oh yeah. 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 Why not? I mean,
so
what are they going to do?
like
Arrest you?
what does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We
That's
had a question. How'd you get connected with the mock draft king Charlie Campbell? Well, I told the story a while ago, so maybe I'll share that. Charlie Campbell, we used to work with Pewter Report, which is a Buccaneers website. It's a good website. Or at least I don't know if they still exist, but they used to be. And they were definitely great when Charlie worked there. And Charlie, every April, for like 3 years, before I hired him in 2010, he would text me or email me and say, "Hey, the Buccaneers are taking this player." It was like Aqib Talib and like a couple other guys each year, and he was right every single time. And I'm like, "Wow, this guy, how's he know?" And so one day, this is in the springtime of 2010, I get a call. It says Charlie Campbell. I'm like, "Oh," and I pick up the phone, and it's Charlie. I have no idea how he got my number, but I must have asked someone. I don't know. But he called me. He's like, "Hey, I'd love to work for you." And
wow.
yeah, and so I'm obviously familiar with his work, and he was accurate with all his picks, and great job reporting. Like I read a bunch of his articles at Peer Reports, so like I knew his stuff already. And we had a 2-hour conversation on the phone, and at the end of the conversation, I'm like, "I'm gonna hire you," and
Oh wow.
that was it. That's how we got connected. So I
Damn.
still don't know how he got my number. I've never asked. Next time he's on, maybe I should ask if I remember. If you guys want to remind me when he's on, we'll finally get to the bottom of that. After all
He
these
dialed
years,
it. He dialed every combination of phone numbers possible. It's like Walter.
from 215, yeah,
Yeah,
215
111,
area code.
111, 111, 1112.
Like, that takes a while. Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be
That-
wild, man.
that'd be crazy if he did that. I'm sure he found had a way to find it. Actually, what I suspect is we used to have a draft writer named Matt McGuire. He used to write for the site. This is
I
back
remember that.
in it was between I want to say 2006 and 2010, maybe
Sounds
2007
about
and
right.
2010. Yeah.
Mm.
And so he was a big Buccaneer fan, and he had my contact information because he used to work for me. He's part-time, he's not full-time. And so I think that Charlie may have, if I were to guess, so that Charlie emailed in and said, "Hey, do you have Walt's phone number?" And then Matt just gave it to him. That's my guess, but that I don't know for sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to Matt McGuire?
No, he's fallen off the face of the planet. I haven't spoken to him, I would say, in 10 years or maybe a little bit more. Because
Really?
I know that he used to be super into the draft, obviously. I mean, he was a draft
Yeah.
writer. And then he got more into the handicapping football side of things. And I want to say the last time I spoke to him was like 2012 or 2013, I think. I have no idea what happened to him. No clue. We just lost contact. He's never contacted me. I never had, never reached out to him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
so, like, did he say like he was gonna like stop writing, or like he just stopped writing like all of a sudden, or had he already like been like, I'm moving on to something else, and then you never heard from him?
He would, in the 3 or 4 years we worked together, and he represented the site at the Senior Bowl. Like he was at the Senior Bowl a couple times.
Yeah.
He would send on a lot of articles, and they were good. He was a good draft writer. And then it was I think 2010. I think it was I was between 29 and 2010, after the 2009 season and heading into 2010 draft. He just like stopped sending stuff, and like for the first week he didn't send articles. I'm like, oh, maybe he's sick or something. And then second week happened, and then I emailed him. I'm like, hey, do you have an update to your mock draft? No response. And then 2 weeks later, I emailed him again, still no response. It was like three months passed, and this was like heading into March. And I'm like, this is main draft season. Like, where is this guy? And he finally emails me back, and he's like, hey, I've had some personal stuff. I don't want to get into it. He's like, some personal stuff. He's like, but I kind of want to get back in the draft writing. And I'm like, are you sure you're in the right capacity to do that? And he's like, yeah. And then he said, I'll send some stuff over, but he never did. And that was it. Wow. And then he contacted me like after the draft. He's like, hey, I want to write some stuff for 2011. I'm like, well, Matt, like you just completely disappeared from the 2010 draft. Like, I just can't depend on someone like that. I'm sorry you went through that. Whatever.
Yeah, but
you can't rely on you at this point. Just like missing a week or two, I understand, or 3 weeks, but like missing the entire draft, like that's the main deal that you're writing for. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a shame because he was a nice kid, and like always had fun talking to him. We'd always argue politics. I want to say he was Democrat, but me, I'm very libertarian. I hate both parties, but we would always argue about that kind of stuff because he was more into like taxation and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm not a fan of theft, and he's like, what do you mean? I was like steal taxation is theft. It is like, like it or not, you're stealing money from people without their consent. And so, we would always have these arguments and whatnot. So, but it was never like mean spirited. We always, we would always like we'd have these arguments about politics, and then we get into arguments about football, and it's like normal kind of thing.
Yeah. So you're telling me you haven't had contact with him since 2010?
No. So he I think the year was like 2013 maybe, or 2012. He reached out to me about a pick of mine. It was like Tampa at 49ers or something, and I had the 49ers covering, and he's like, how did you not like Tampa? Tampa's a better team. I'm like, I guess maybe this is before Harbaugh, so maybe it was 2011. But I was like, I think the Niners are going to cover this, and I gave my reasons why, and I remember him saying like, it's like, if Tampa doesn't cover, I'm never betting ever again. And like, of course, the Niners upset Tampa, and that I have not heard from him ever since that conversation.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
you don't think anything happened to him, do you?
I don't know, because
man,
I want to say no, but like
at the end of the day, you're not certain,
right? If something did, I don't know, and it's not this. This is not the same because I know something must have happened to this guy. But like I used to at my gym, I used to always see this old guy, and he survived prostate cancer. He was in his 80s, but like he's this guy Al. He was like super nice guy. We always have the chat. You know, he's an old guy. He still like always love to hear his stories. And like I found out that he was like a World War II hero. Like he actually got like a medal of sorts. Like
Oh
he
wow.
he saved a bunch of people like in the war. And so on top of that, like he was like super nice to me. He would give me like encouragement. You know, I was like swimming and lifting weights, and like he was like he always be like encouraging and stuff. And he was like everyone liked him. Like I never heard anyone say anything bad about him. But like I remember having dinner with some of my gym friends. This is maybe like we like this. I stopped going to the gym in like for like 6 or 7 years, but they still went there. And I like for some reason his name came up in a conversation, and I'm like, oh, as I was like, how's Al doing? And they're like, I don't know, we haven't seen Al in like 3 or 4 or 5 years. I'm like,
Wow.
oh man, well he was in his 80s, like. You know, I'm gonna say this. He's, you know, it might have passed away. And you know, now that conversation was 10 years ago. So like, he would be approaching 100 now.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Right. So like, I maybe he's still kicking. I don't know, but like, no one has seen him or heard from him in 20
Oh
years.
geez.
So it's like the same. You know, obviously Matt is not going to be 100. He's I think he was in college in like, I want to say 2008 or something. So he is. I think he would probably be 35 right now, 36.
Mhm.
So yeah, you wouldn't think something happened to him, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I know some people in their 30s who passed away due to heart attacks, and like you can always
Yeah.
speculate. But like you know, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Just not to hear from someone who's been in your life like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
closely, and then you just don't hear from them for 10, 15 years. You never know. It's like we had you know, you weren't, I don't think you were here for this. We had a forum party at my house in 2013. We had a bunch of people from my forums show up to my house. Some people drove from Tennessee. Two guys drove from Ohio. A couple guys from North Jersey, not as far, but still. One guy from New York. Like we had like 10 people drive to my house, and we got drunk for a weekend. We did a fantasy draft. We had a party here. We invited some of my friends and stuff on the Saturday night. We went to the bar Friday night. It was a great weekend, and like it was all people from the forum who had never met each other, and that they all just came to my house, and we
Cool.
just had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know, it's kind of crazy, and everyone in that party, there was no one over at that time. There was no one over 40. Everyone was in their 20s or 30s. Most people were in their 20s. And this was 13 years ago. Coming up on in August, it'll be 13 years. Two guys who were at that party are dead now.
Oh my gosh.
They died of heart attacks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they were in the 30s, mid to late 30s, and they died of heart attacks. And again, you can speculate, but like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and I wouldn't have known if people didn't tell it. Like other people, friends of friends, didn't tell me. I wouldn't have known. You know, I just figured they would fall off the face of the planet to me, like Matt did.
Yeah,
and who
yeah.
knows? Who knows? Matt may not be with us, or maybe he is, and he just not into football, or maybe he just for some reason doesn't want to talk to me. I don't know, but it's crazy.
Yeah, life's so funny, you know, like that.
Yeah.
I like to think about these things. You know, there was there was a girl that went to my high school. So I went to a very small high school, like everybody knew each other, and that's an important aspect of this story.
Yeah.
And this girl was very friendly, outgoing, like bubbly personality. She was a year ahead of me in school, and she after graduation, like after she graduated, I never heard from her again. We were more acquaintances, but I was in band with her and stuff, and like we had a good time together. Like I really liked her. But and like you would think, like then when I graduated from high school in '04. Like then social media came out, you know, like you would, and she's like the perfect person, like target market for social media, you know, like just like an outgoing, like fun girl,
Yeah.
you know. And I've never ever on any social media platform stumbled, because like eventually you see people you went to high school with, you know, whatever.
Mhm.
Ever in 20 years, I've never heard anybody like mention her, like, oh yeah, like I saw her, like I just can't believe. And you know, and because it's such a small town, you would have thought at some point, like, oh yeah, like I see her sometimes. Or
Mhm.
I I I, I still wonder to this day, like if something happened, like how could that be that?
Just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, like I've never, I haven't seen any sign of her, you know.
Mm.
Like it's definitely, she seems like somebody I would have at some point come across in like a people you may know
Right.
on Facebook. And but to think like no one was ever like, yeah, like I still hang out with her, or she came to the reunion or whatever. Sometimes I wonder, and I've never heard anything from her in 20 years. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I think about it. I think about it like maybe like once a month.
Yeah, I mean that's I think I mentioned the story. There's this one guy. He used to write to me. He used to write emails to me all the time. It was like a couple times a week. He would send me an email. And you know, then suddenly out of the blue, I just stopped hearing from him. And then
Mm.
like a year passed, and like still hadn't heard from him. And like I actually shot him an email. I'm like, hey, are you everything okay? Like, you know, we used to talk all the time in email. Didn't respond. Nothing. A couple years passed. For some reason, popped in my head again. I reached out to him again. I'm like, hey, I hope everything's okay. You know, he's a Patriots fan. Like, hey, Pat's looking pretty good. No response. And then
Well,
and then a few years later, again, he popped in my head. And this time I'm like, what if he passed away? Because he
oh,
was
wow.
like, he was a guy in his 50s or 60s. I never knew his age, but it seemed like it. And I typed in his name and then obituary. And then I found this guy, so and so, you know, passed away. He was survived by his father, and he fought a disease for a long time. And then it said, and I wasn't sure because it might have been duplicate name, but then I saw he loved his Patriots. And I'm like, oh man, this is like, I'm 99.9% sure this is
Oh,
this guy.
wow.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah,
Oh man, that's a bummer.
yeah.
Yeah, life is so weird like that. Um, Back in 2016, I like happened to be out in Tampa. I wasn't living there, and I matched with this girl on Tinder, and she was like, "Oh, like we're pretty far away." I was like, "Oh, like, let's just like hang out and be friends." And like we hung out a few times. We never dated, but like we were good friends. We talked all the time, and she was too far. I mean, she was right; it's too far away. But you know, like I one time, like I met her sister too. Like one time I went out and hung out with them. So like it was all cool. So she actually passed away in 2024, and she was only like a few years older than me. And it was weird because like I guess if it weren't for having her, like I have her sister on Facebook too. Like
Hmm.
I never would have known. And like what could I do? Because like she ended up moving to, she had some health problems, but like she ended up living in Ohio. And like I don't like have any mutual friends with her, like just like the nature of like how we met and everything.
Yeah.
And it was, but like I wrote her, like, it was so strange, you know. It was just like a unique relationship like that. And like it's just like I guess like I wouldn't have found out like any other way, you know. Like so like it makes sense. Like sometimes you're just not going to find these things out.
Yeah.
But but anyhow, but I wrote her sister a message, and I was, you know, just said some nice things. But yeah, I don't know. It's so funny how like people can, you know, like pop in and out like that.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you know, like it's one of those things. Like if because it's happened to me too. Like sometimes like people like all of a sudden like they won't talk to you or whatever. It's just like okay, but like maybe there's like an explanation. Like I don't know. I try not to hold like things against people anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like hey, like maybe they're just confused or something, or like afraid to. I don't know. I, yeah,
Any of this? Did you try to Google her? The girl that you said would be on social media.
yeah,
Is it a
yeah.
common name? or not?
I don't know. It's,
If you Googled
not,
her,
not,
what are you confident you'd find like a few results or a lot?
I mean, I want to say confident a few results because I've never seen like any sign of her.
No, I mean like how common is the name?
I
Like
mean,
for example, like when I was in second and third grade, there was this girl in our class. Her name's Allison Cunningham, and I don't mind saying that name because I've tried to Google Allison Cunningham because she moved after third grade, and no one's seen her since. And I like some like obviously before married, but like I would be like, oh, what does she look like now? I wonder,
mhm.
And so, but there are a million Allison Cunninghams out there, so I don't know if it's her. I have no idea. So that's why I said I'm comfortable mentioning her name. So like, do you think it would be that common where like if you typed in her name, a lot of people would show up, or is it something like a unique name?
I feel like there'd definitely be some, but not a
Okay.
ton. Maybe I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
that's the problem with me because like I remember like having the huge crush on Allison Cunningham when I was in second and third grade, and I
Oh,
to the
wow.
well, back then when you're 7 or 8 years old, you don't
Oh yeah.
you're super shy and like yeah, I never wanted it to get out. I never wanted to be made fun of.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I remember sitting in eighth grade shop and with some of the guys in the class, and we're 13 now. We're more comfortable, not completely comfortable, but like still. I remember for some reason her name came up, and my friend John is like, oh, Allison Cunningham was so hot, and this guy Joel, not Joel, this he wasn't there. Someone else, I think Dean, he's like, yeah, she's so cute, and I was like, oh, I liked her too. So yeah, I like we had a grade school reunion back in I want to say 05, 06, or 07, something like that. I was
Mhm.
hoping she'd show up. Single back then. She did not.
Mm.
Um, and no one's heard from her. And she comes up in
Wow.
conversations sometimes, and it's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I searched Facebook for Allison Cunningham, but like there are 1,000 results, so I have no idea. I don't even know where she moved. Like if I knew where she moved, maybe that would narrow it down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
being in third grade, she disappeared after third grade during the summer. We didn't know. And so we enter fourth grade. I'm like, oh, where's Allison Cunningham? She's my crush, and she's gone. Like I'm like, of course, the one girl I like in the class is gone. It's my luck. You know,
Yeah. Oh
like
man.
of course, it couldn't be like the girl that is some girl I don't like. Of course,
Yeah,
like, I have to know
exactly.
it. Of course, you didn't invite strippers to that foreign party. Well, funny enough, that was actually that was I just had started dating my wife, my now wife, obviously, and like it's funny. She showed up on that Saturday night. Actually, she showed up both nights, late Friday, and then she showed up Saturday for the party. Like we invited a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends, and so she showed up Saturday, and she's like, "Walt, who are these people?" I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you just invited random people to your house. I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
So like I wasn't I was more interested in getting to know my wife than the strippers, you know what I mean? Plus like that was the idea of like when I say invited friends, mostly girls. I invited mostly girls for this party because like it was all dudes that came. So
Yeah.
it was a really fun time. Like and this guy and unfortunately he's one of the guys who passed away, but he was he got so drunk on Friday night. Like he was going nuts. Like he was yelling stuff. It was crazy. And then I wake up Saturday morning and like he's up somehow. He's the one guy who's awake. He's like, hey guys, I made breakfast. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah,
Wow.
I've scrambled eggs here. I have pancakes. I'm like, what? You were so shit faced the night before. How in the world are you functioning right now and making breakfast?
Damn, that's
He's a good guy. It's so sad that he passed away. He's a really,
yeah,
really funny
yeah.
guy. Yeah, and he
Well,
had a daughter too. So it's like
oh
that's even
man.
worse. It really sucks, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, um I can't I don't know, like maybe something. Well, I don't know. I don't want to speculate about the people that we don't hear from.
Oh yeah. Why they had heart attacks? Yeah. We can
Well,
we can get demonetized and kicked off YouTube, I guess. I don't know.
life is so weird the way like some people come in and out of it. I just
Yeah.
try to appreciate it for what it is. Sometimes
Yeah,
you can't.
I never would imagine having, and these weren't the only two. I know quite a few people have died in the 30s from heart attacks. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like what the hell is happening here? We had what do you think about the teams like the Eagles, Niners, Saints stretching out their salary cap? Seems like the Saints are really paying the price with all the dead cap hits for former players. Well, Bernard, let me introduce you to thecapisfake.com. It's run by Kenny, who does the show with me on Tuesdays. And he has a lot of articles here about why the cap is fake and how teams like the Eagles, Rams, Saints, etc., stretch out their caps, and it really shows that the cap is fake. He's done a lot of great work here, and if you want, you tune on Tuesdays. We go over this stuff sometimes. Salary cap's completely fake as long as the owners want it to be. Specific owners, like if the owner's willing to shell out the cash and kick the can down the road, there is no salary cap. But if the owner's cheap, relatively cheap, and does not want to pay the players, i.e. Bengals owner, then there's definitely a salary cap. So definitely check out Kenny's site, thecapisfake.com. Like I said, tons of great articles there for sure.
All right. What is?
I think my dog is right here. Raven, come here. Here, up. Watch this. I don't know if you can see her in the corner. Raven.
Yeah, I see Raven down there.
Yeah. She wants to go out. So
yeah,
I think it's about that
I'm
time.
getting tired, so it's probably a good time to wind down then.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it. Thanks especially to Slew for the $555 super chat. Thank you so much, Slew, for getting us over the poverty line. Let's go. But yeah, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store and visit walterfootball.com. We have tons of content. We just did a 2021 NFL redraft. So I do this like 5 years. So like next year will be 2022. So I just look at the draft and I'm like, okay, well, what would the Jaguars do now, knowing everything? And and then the Jets too. Do they still take Zach Wilson? Obviously not. So like, what do the Jets do at 2, etc. And just go through the first round. So that's on the site. Updated mock drafts, a bunch of other things. And it's all free at walterfootball.com, and plug in Kenny's site here at thecapisfake.com. Check that out too. And we'll plug Tom on Twitter, quacky_T. Tom, anything else you want to shout out here?
That's it. Appreciate you guys hanging. It's a great time as always, Walt, and we'll do it again next week.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll be back on Tuesday with Kenny, and then full week Andy on Wednesday, and then etc. the rest of the week. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night and a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you on Tuesday.